What is going on, everyone? Jericho Green, that be me. Who are you? Remember in Alice in Wonderland? Who are you? Stop the Fuckery, episode 17, part 2, Pride Month, Degeneracy. You find a lot of that in definitely in the Pride parades. A lot of the stuff pushed by the media, the mainstream media, or as I call them, the mainstream mediocres. There's always some degeneracy. There's always some sick shit going on. And I talked to somebody today in the chat during my live stream. Speaking of live streaming, shout out to everybody watching on X, because we are simulcast on the Stop the Fuckery channel and X at @green_Jericho. Check that shit out. But I had a conversation with somebody in the chat, and I think we had a fruitful conversation. Young kid, 18 years old, part of the alphabet soup group, but some of the things he had to say were pretty interesting. But as you guys know, on STF, Stop the Fuckery, there's lots and lots of fuckery out there. Some might say tons of it. It's too big of a job for one man to handle, so I got to get some help. All right? Remember in Half Baked, we said, God, if you're listening, help. Well, I got help, and it comes in the form of Tori D. What up, Tori?
Gang, gang.
It's Tori. It's a Nori song off of the NERD album. No, it's NERD, 2003. But anyway, it says, it's Nori. But I figured I'd remix it. It's Tori. Anyway, it sounded better in my mind. How are you?
Yeah, you're not a great rapper.
Don't fucking start with your young people lingo, Tori. I heard you say cat.
Sorry,
anyway,
but I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Lots
I'm glad to hear it.
In June.
Oh, I think that's what it's about. That's what the month of June is about. This damn fuckery. So we're going to team up and see what we can do about it. So before we got started, we were conversing, and I mentioned somebody who was in the chat. Yes, he's a gay young man, and he was in the chat, and he started off a little aggro, but we turned it, flipped it, and I ended up having a conversation with him. But one of the things that he said that I think he left part of the equation out is, and he's 18. He said he just turned 18. So, it's a young man, maybe a little naive. But I told him that I don't believe that people are born gay. I believe that something happens to you that makes you that way, usually something really bad. So he said, you know why people are so sexual, or gay people are so sexual? He said, because we have been teased and bullied, and so we're just kind of owning it. I'm like, I don't know. Because if somebody teased me every day, Jericho sucks dick, one day I'm not going to be like, you know what? I'm just going to own it.
Try it.
I'm going to start.
I'm going to own this.
No. If it's something that you don't agree with, you're not going, especially something like that, you're not going to be beat down and convinced or forced to become that. So what do you think, Tori? To people that say, well, I think he was kind of blaming it on those who picked on him. And I've said before, and I still believe, we were all bullied, but we were also bullies. Everybody's bullied somebody. You picked on somebody. It's a word that's been overused, just like trauma. It's a word that's been overused and perverted, but we've all been there. We've been the kid getting picked on, and we've done some picking on. So what do you say to that statement he made that, well, it's because of what they said or what they did that made me become this?
Oh, definitely not based on what somebody says. Now, I used to hold the belief that people were born that way because of certain family members who instilled that in me. They were like, I swear, like, if it were my choice, I wouldn't want this. Like, I wouldn't want this life, is what a lot of them would say. Like, they wouldn't want to be bullied, so why would they choose that life? But I think it does come from trauma of some sort. Now that trauma, I think, can be diverse. It's diverse. I think it can be from, like, being touched as a kid. I think
Uh-huh.
science or, studies have shown that a lot of these kids have been touched, have been molested, have been R-word. Um, I think it could also be, like, one of your parents being over sexual, just like if your mom's a prostitute and she's constantly bringing home men, or vice versa, the dad is constantly bringing home women and you just see that behavior. That's also part of, you know, uh, trauma. So, yeah, I think it's from trauma. Some sort of trauma, some sort of
Hmm.
sexual, some sort of deviance, some sort of anti-God, not knowing God, not learning about God in the family, teachers talking about it. We're gonna get an influx of gay kids, obviously, because all of these teachers and schools are talking about their sexuality. No kid needs to hear that. I don't remember being a 5th grader hearing about my teacher's sexual preference and how they're non-binary and gender fluid and all of these things. So now you're
Yep.
hearing, "What is this?" And then you get kids who are easily influenced, and then, their brains are potatoes, and they're just learning all this stuff, and they're like, "What the hell?" So, they're bringing it home. They're learning all of this stuff at a young age when they should be learning about their ABCs and their colors, and, they're experimenting now because that's what kids do. They're just experimenting with the wrong stuff as their teachers are teaching them to.
Hmm. Agreed. Now, pretty sure everybody knows some gay people or somebody they knew who was gay or something like that. So, thinking of some gay people you may have known or that you know pretty well, can you think of maybe some trauma that they've been through? Because I know people
Mhm.
that I work with who are non-binary, and I work with a gay dude. He was super flamboyant, and he actually told me that he was molested by his female babysitter. So now he's repulsed by
Yeah.
the woman's body. Sure, that has something to do with it. Um, the two non-binary chicks, they had drama with their dads, and
Daddy.
yeah, daddy issues for sure. Both the other two I can think of were both raised by single moms in some pretty bad situations. So yeah, the tiny sample of the human race that I've known to be gay, there's definitely some bad shit that's in their childhood for sure.
Mhm. Yeah. Um, Lack of one parent or the other for sure in a lot of gay people I know. Um, Now I don't know anybody who's gay who was touched inappropriately, or at least they wouldn't admit to it, to me or whatever. I don't think we're that close. But, I do watch this guy's YouTube channel. I forget the name, but he catches child predators.
Mhm.
And he posts, like, 2 videos a day. He is a phenomenal interrogator. I'll send you one of his videos. The way he interrogates these creeps is amazing. Like, he changes it up based on their IQ. Like, you get some morons who you can be sarcastic with, and they're not gonna pick it up. And then you
Mhm.
get, some of these predators are pretty smart, obviously not smart enough, to be talking to a seven-year-old online, but they're decently smart enough to pick up these questions and kind of know that he's going to call the police or whatever. But anyways, he talks to these people and he gets to the bottom of their what happened to them and why they're like this. Obviously this is different than sexuality. This is being attracted to kids, so not quite uh equal here, but a lot of them were touched as a kid, groomed as a kid. The same behavior that they're, you know, showing now as an adult is what they experienced as a kid, whether that was
Mhm.
in school with the step parent, adopted parent, whatever it was. So it was like learned behavior in the home. Now, does that mean that it's okay to now go and do that behavior as an adult? Obviously not, but I think a majority of those people have experienced it as a kid. So
Yeah.
I see some parallels at least.
Yeah. And because it's, for lack of a better term, it's unnatural. The natural order of things are male and females get together, they procreate, and two people of the same sex can't do that. You can
I think
mash them
it's cool
together.
too. right?
For sure,
Like
especially
these
among
people
the
want to
younger
be.
they get. Yeah, the younger they get, it's more cool to be. It's cool now with kids. It's cool to have something going on, whether it be I have anxiety or I'm non-binary or I'm transgender. Like it's not cool to
Mhm.
just be a kid. It's not cool to not have anything fucking going on. So yeah, with all this shit and you can identify as this as young as 3 years old, and it's okay if you're not this and blah blah blah. You're almost talking these kids into having something wrong with them. And when it becomes cool, let's as adults, let's try to remember the lengths we would go to be cool, to be in, to be with the it crowd and whatever is cool for the time, no matter. And even though now it's gotten a lot crazier than fucking, pegging your jeans or something, but what's cool is what's cool. And kids
Mhm.
will go to lengths and say shit to seem that way. And I think that's really dangerous and fucked up. And what this generation of kids are going to be like as adults is going to be pretty crazy.
Yes. Yes, it will. Yeah, I couldn't tell you how I would have been if I was being raised in this school age, like learning the stuff that they're learning, and it's a constant thing,
Mhm.
unless you have parents who are really involved in your kid's school, you really don't know what's going on. You really don't know what the kids are being taught. Like the kid you were talking about, you think that those parents know what the kid is being taught or give a crap what the kid is being taught. That's it. That kid will be easily taken advantage of by teachers,
Yeah.
by whoever. So yeah, I think it takes, two strong parents to even care what's going on, and then for them to explain like, hey, what you're learning in school is not right, and
Yeah.
then obviously take that step to take them out if they got to, but yeah.
Oh, this next crop of adults. Oh boy. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see. I think we're going to be living in a world of fucking HR reps where you can't say that. You can't do this. You can't mention that. Come into my office.
Good thing you don't work for anyone, right? Me too. Amazing.
Well, actually, I did get a second job
You
because,
did?
yeah. So I'd still do this
Oh.
full time, but I also had to join the rat race again.
Do they
But
have
yeah,
HR?
oh yeah, they got HR. Oh
No.
yeah, it's ridiculous. But
Oh, no.
but it's pretty funny too. I just sit back and see all this crazy shit, and it's great
Really?
for
You have to
content.
tell me
Yeah.
about it later.
Oh, I will. It's fucking crazy. It's so stupid.
Dang.
And the young people, to them, it's just business as usual. They're just like, yeah.
So they have like the LGBT training, they have the racist, the CRT training, they have all that going on? How
Not the
to be
CRT,
not
but
white?
no, not that. But they definitely have the alphabet soup group bullshit because it's Pride Month. Oh, it's so fucking
Mm.
stupid. Like I don't
Well, you
understand what
don't
it
have
has to do.
to do you have to be involved in that at all, or?
No, hell no. But
Well, okay, by involved, I mean, like, you have to participate, right?
well, no, it's just more like things that are available if you choose to
Suck
seek
dick.
it out. Yeah, if they got dicks in the basement, and if you choose to go down there and suck one, that's up to you.
You could
Um,
get pegged, like, any hour of the day for Pride Month or what?
no, fuck that. That's not that bad. They just have things there if you want to partake in them. That's all. But it's not none of it's forced or anything like that. Hell, no. I couldn't deal with that.
Hmm.
But any company of a certain size, yeah, you're gonna have that shit. That's just how it is. And it's fucking weird.
When my lawsuit is finished, I think I wanna get a job, that has a beautiful HR and LGBT training so that I can make a fool of myself and get fired.
Get fucking
I think I
fired
should do that.
in record time. Try to set a
Yes,
record. Try to do it like
yes.
first day. Get up out of there. Like, thank you very much.
No, but I need to wait for, like, the right opportunity, the right training to come along, like, the right coworker to be like, "Respect my pronouns," and then I don't.
Yeah, well, the bigger the company gets, the better your chances of coming across that. So if you get like some Fortune 500 type shit, oh yeah, you definitely gonna run into
I'm overqualified for that job, but it's fine.
that. It's fine.
I'll figure it out.
That shit would be hilarious though. And if you do that, Tori, please come on here and let us
I'm gonna record it. What are you talking about? I'm gonna go viral.
know. Fucking body cam. Put a camera in your glasses.
Yeah.
Record all that
Yeah.
shit.
Like those creeps do picking up girls nowadays. Have you seen those videos? Where they have the glasses and they're like hitting on women at the beach, like trying to show men you can do this too, and like
Oh,
the
yeah,
women
yeah,
don't
that
know
type
they're being
shit.
recorded. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
You know, manosphere shit.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to being able to talk to women. You just got to
Yeah.
sack up and go talk to them. It's tough, you know. Not every man has that kind of confidence, and you know, it starts, you know, back in 6th grade when you got to stand across the gym from this girl you want to ask to dance, and you just got to go over there, and when she's with all of her friends, because people say the worst thing they can say is no, not to the mind of a 12-year-old. So you got to go over there. She's with all her friends and shit, and ask her to dance. So there's, you know, there's some pressure, but you just got to sack up and do it. But some guys, I had friends that were just, they would talk to any girl at any time. They didn't give up.
That's
So,
where you got to be, I guess. But
yeah,
then, you get the ones you shouldn't be talking to with that mentality.
yeah.
I don't know. It took a guy 2 years at the gym to get some balls to talk to me. Isn't that cute? 2
Yeah.
years.
He was just watching you from across the gym, breathing heavy for 2 years.
Yes.
And finally got the nerve to talk to you. Well, what happened? Did you get your number or something?
He did, yeah, but he's just, yeah. I mean, good for him for finally getting the balls to do that. I appreciate men who approach women, like, no matter the circumstance. I hate women who say, "Well, you can't do it in the grocery store, and you can't do it at the gym, and you can't," and they make all these rules. Bitch,
Yeah.
a man can hit on you wherever the hell he pleases. So
Yeah, wherever he gets
I
the nerve.
respect that he did that, but no, he's you know, he's boosted. We'll leave it at that. He's
Oh,
boosted.
man.
He's boosted, and he voted for Biden. Okay, it ain't gonna
Damn
work.
it. He just got
Oh, and
friend
he
zoned.
posted a black square. This was years ago.
Oh,
This was a couple years ago. So
3
yeah,
strikes.
yeah,
You're
3
out.
strikes, you're out, buddy. It was
Yeah, out.
a quick scroll on Instagram.
Oh, she right. 3.
Yeah.
You are to the dugout, sir. Damn.
Yep.
He struck out quick too. Strike 1, strike 2, and 3. Good night.
You
Damn.
you out of here. And I find it out quick too.
The 3 B's: boosted,
Mm-hmm.
black square, and Biden.
So,
Good
are you
night.
vaccinated?
Good night. That makes the regime dry up.
Of course,
Fellas.
I'm
Don't do it.
vaccinated. Yeah.
And
Well, don't
boosted.
lie. Don't lie.
Want to see my card? Ugh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can travel, baby.
Yeah, where you want to go? I go to sporting events.
Yeah, you a
Ooh.
bitch.
Ooh. You can go to a baseball game. Ooh.
And
I'm
have some
not.
retarded babies? Down syndrome.
His sperm is
It's okay.
swimming
I'm down.
backwards. That is fucked up.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, fellas. Don't have the 3 B's. Don't be boosted. Don't have the black square. Don't vote for Biden. And you will have
Yeah.
a chance.
Triple B.
You will get what do they call it? You will get FBI'd with your social media real quick.
That's what it's for.
Damn, that's disheartening too. To be like, all right, this guy might up and boom, never
Every time.
mind.
Every time I'm in California.
Oh, he seems, never mind.
Yeah.
Well, he was cute, never mind. Don't
Mhm.
give up. Sorry, don't give up. There's a guy out there who's unboosted, no black square, and can't stand Biden, waiting for you. Keep hope
Prayers.
alive. He's out there. Maybe he's
I
watching
am.
today. Okay.
He what? He walked. Oh, he's watching today?
Maybe he's watching today.
Who's watching? Who's watching? Are you watching?
Remember that Chris Angel show? So
Which one?
Chris Angel, the mind freak. In the beginning of the show,
Oh,
he'd say, "Are you
I'm too
ready?"
young for that. Sorry.
You are. That shit was on like 15 years ago. You were like 12.
I don't
All
watch
right.
stupid stuff like that.
You need to. You need Chris Angel in your life. Okay, so here we go. Fuckery 5. Uh-oh. Everything all right? Everything all right there, Tori?
I muted it. It's going to be a while.
Oh, maybe that guy we were talking about showed up.
That's so funny you say that. The only men I meet, because I don't leave my house, the only men I meet are solar guys that try to sell me solar. And then, like, if I sell something on OfferUp.
Did you? Speaking of solar, did you ever see that video like last year or something where the solar guy goes to a black dude and he says, "Yeah, I'm here from so and so solar, and we're going around to all the niggers." I mean,
Oh, that's an old video. That's an old video, huh? Yes, I've seen that.
No, I think the dude was named Fernando or something. I was like, "Well, that was your last house you ever go to." Oh, that shit was funny. But shout out to the solar guys.
That was funny.
We're going door to door to all the nigger. Whoops.
I'd be like, sold, buddy.
No, if that's your sales pitch, I respect that, man.
What was he trying to say, though?
He was a solar salesman. I don't know. He was going to
But
all
what
the
was
neighbors.
He didn't
maybe
mean to say that. He didn't mean to say that.
Maybe neighbors, going to all the neighbors' house.
Yeah. Yes, that's what he meant to say.
But that's not what he said.
Come on.
You know, he said something else. Jeanette Davis, JG, what are you smoking? I'm smoking a Odyssey cigar. I got 2 left.
A big blunt.
Yeah, I'm smoking one to the dome right now. All right. Fuckery 5, first of 5. Maryland Democrat leader caught in child sex predator sting. Uh-oh.
You don't have the link up. And why are we bigger today?
I don't know. I just chose that those windows.
Oh, okay. I'm not complaining. I was just asking.
It's like doing something different. It was like Pride Month. Get out there. We need to be bigger. Oh.
I agree.
So, a leader of the blah, blah, blah. Oh, my goodness. Listen to this title. This title doesn't make you want to shit your pants. A leader of the LGBTQ Diversity Council for the Maryland Democrats. What is that? Do they have an office? What does it look like? What does the LGBTQ Diversity Council for the Maryland Democrats look like?
And where do I apply? And where do I apply right now?
Like, is that a building? Where is that? How do you pick the people to be this council for the oh my God, shut up. Ugh. Has been caught in an alleged sex predator sting. Michael Knappen was confronted by journalist Alex Rosen and read messages reportedly.
That's who I was talking about. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Alex Rosen. Okay.
Yes, he's great.
Reportedly from Knappen to a 14-year-old boy.
He is great. You have to watch. Are you interested in ever watching like interrogation videos of like criminals, murder suspects, everything like that? You are?
Yeah.
Okay, you would love at least his intros to how he gets these idiots to talk. You would love it. You've got to watch him. I'll send you. He has 2 channels. All right. He's really good.
It says Rosen walked up to Knappen, whatever, while he was in a restaurant and brought him outside to engage him about the messages he allegedly had with the teenager. Rosen asked Knappen about multiple different explicit messages he was allegedly sending to a 14-year-old boy. Knappen seemed to admit to the messages on video. The journalist confirmed that Knappen that he had seen a text where the boy said he was 14 years of age. When Rosen initially brought up the text messages, Knappen admitted to it and said that it was a provocative conversation with the boy. When Rosen asked if the LGBTQ activist had sent penis pictures to him, Knappen replied, "I'm sure." Oh, wow. The penis pics. Ladies love those. Rosen then asked why there was a masturbation video sent in the messages. The activist replied, "I told you it was a provocative conversation." Rosen asked him about his position as a chair of the LGBTQ Diversity Council for the Maryland Democrats, and then pressed him on the messages. Some of this stuff said here, like, I wanted to argue. I want to see how much of a F word you are. What was what was kind of said about that? Nappin said that he liked fantasy, and the teenage boy on the other end of the conversation seemed to, quote, enjoy it. Ew. Ew. Like when you hear the transcripts of these conversations between these perverts and the, luckily in this case, the hypothetical victim. I mean, that shit is just like, how do you not send these people to a third world country where they have no problem giving them the punishment that they deserve? That is disgusting. And after the dude told the kid, or the hypothetical kid, the fake kid, said, "I'm 14," and he was like, "Oh yeah," and like that was something he was excited about. Like, how do you? There are people who think people like this can be rehabilitated, that they just need some counseling, maybe a chemical castration, and they can be re-released into the wild. I think that shit is disgusting. There's a defect. Shit, back in the day, a horse could fucking twist its ankle and you shot it in the head. And nowadays people do stuff like this and they're like, well, you have people like, was it Scott Wiener? Which Wiener do we have in California? Anthony Wiener?
Scott, yeah.
Scott Wiener.
Oh,
you have people like,
Scott.
It's one of the Wieners, because there's a Wiener in New York who's a weirdo too, and there's a Wiener out here. I don't know, Scott Wiener or Anthony Wiener.
I think it's Scott
Wiener.
Yeah.
And you have people like him in government. I think he's a congressman, and he's fighting for laws to take it easy on people like this.
And it's working.
This yes, we have due process, and everybody has the right to equal representation under the law and blah, blah, blah. But damn, when you have transcripts like this, and the dude's like, yeah, I told you it was a provocative conversation. Can we skip all that and just get to the good part? Like, can we skip dinner and just get to dessert and give this dude what he's asking for?
Yeah. He is so good at interrogating these morons too. Like some of these guys, I remember one that I watched, he got him to admit to molesting his child, his little girl. And the way that he does it, he'll be like, "Oh, you're not one of these guys who like is selling it. You're not one of the guys recording it. Like you're just, you just got caught up in online bullshit." And so he'll like get on their good side, and the way he does it is super super good. I actually arrested a guy who was caught up in one of these online like stings with one of these, vigilantes as they call them. And the case was dropped. And then we got a department-wide email because of my arrest, stating that we as police officers are not allowed to engage with vigilantes, even though they're really technically not vigilantes. They have all of the evidence, to prove that the crime was committed. And based on the penal code, it's pretty clear that they committed a crime, whether it's meeting with a minor, sending sexually explicit, images to the minor, whatever it is. But I had the crime, I did the arrest, and the guy was a moron. Yeah, he admitted to everything. He even swallowed a condom. We had to rush him to the ER because he didn't want. Yeah, he swallowed the condom that he had on him. I mean, this guy was obviously R-word, and so he wanted to get rid of the evidence that proved that he was there to have sex, although you could just say that I always carry it. But anyway, so he swallowed a condom. And yeah, we Mirandized him in the ER, and then he just spilled the beans and told us pretty much, yeah. And even with the confession, they didn't prosecute him. And what they actually said was what happened when we caught him. He met this alleged minor in Walmart, and it was not a good area. And so the guy, the vigilante, started getting all loud, like this guy came to meet a 14-year-old boy, whatever. And then some G came up to him and like smashed his face in. And so I didn't get in trouble, but I was told that I should have asked him if he wanted to press charges on the unknown suspect who attacked him in Walmart. Like if he wanted to be, he's a suspect still, but I should have opened Another case where he's the victim of 243 of an attack. So, but yeah, so we got a department-wide email after that arrest saying that we're no longer making these arrests because our district attorney doesn't want them. Summer Stevens is her name in San Diego, and so she's no longer prosecuting these cases. So if we get a call like this, the protocol would be just to arrive on scene, let them know that we're going to take a report, get everybody's information, and guess what else? Confiscate the phone of not the suspect, but the vigilante. I keep saying vigilante, they're not really vigilantes, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Confiscate the phone of the vigilante. So you're making that person's life hell because now they can't, it's your phone. You need your phone. So pretty much you're gonna stop, them trying to get child predators out of your city. You're gonna stop the whole thing because you're gonna take their phone. So they're not gonna agree to take the phone. So then, you know, they're no longer gonna report this stuff in our city. That's why a lot of these people who used to do this in San Diego, like CC Unit, I've talked to him online. A couple of these guys, I forget a few of their names, but there were a few in San Diego. They moved to like Long Beach and different areas that actually prosecute in that area. They don't do San Diego because of our district attorney.
So in San Diego, like any other city, whether it be a major city, mid-sized or small city, you don't have enough officers for every single citizen to watch every citizen, to answer every citizen's call, and to make sure that every citizen is safe. So you mean to tell me you can have a citizen collect the evidence for you? Here's the transcripts of the emails. Here's video of this guy saying what he's going to do. Here's everything on a silver platter. I just hand it to you. You put it into your law enforcement channels. This guy's going to get arrested, prosecuted, put in jail for a long time. The community is safer for it. So somebody can do that, and then the district attorney can say, I'm not prosecuting it. We should have filed a report for you, sir. Have a nice day.
Yeah, they determine. So that's why it's super annoying to hear all of the criticism with police. Even if you see, like, for example, if you see one of these videos, right? Obviously, there's no excuse for police being total dicks to these guys who are doing an amazing job for our communities, right? Trying to get these guys off the street. So there's no excuse for that. But what I hate to see is like people criticizing the police for not making the arrest when it's not in the police officer's hands, because
Mhm.
it's been trickled down from the top that, hey, we're not making these arrests, do this. Like, there is no way that you can go against doing that. That is not your decision as a police officer. So now what I would do is I would pull these guys aside and say, hey, this is what we were told. I'd make it clear, like, if this were my case and my rules, yeah, of course I would make an arrest right now,
Mhm.
but we've been told from the top that we can't. So even if we made an arrest and brought a suspect of, let's just say, like a felony vandalism to the station after
Mhm.
arresting them, right? Before we do any paperwork, we have to call the commander, who's a lieutenant. I don't know if it's different, if it's a sergeant or different um, levels at other departments. But for us, it was call the lieutenant, um, and let them know what the PC was for the arrest, and they'll approve it or deny it. So even like stuff that's obvious, I mean, you have to get approval for every step that you're doing. So you can't just go against what they're saying. You're going to take this person into the station. You're going to call and say, "Hey, I got this guy. Here's the PC, the reasonable suspicion." And so we tell them what we have. They're going to tell us to kick rocks. Say, why the fuck did you? Why did you not read the email? Like, this was sent out. We're no longer taking these people. You have to do it this way. So um, yeah, it's all up to, it goes from the Scott Wieners to the district attorneys
Mhm.
to our chiefs to the lieutenants to the sergeants to the police officers. So yeah, it's not the police officer's fault. There's a lot of dick police officers though that I see on these videos. Um, and they're just morons. They shouldn't be police officers, but that's what you get when you defund the police. Okay, that's what you
Mhm.
get when you when you kick out all of these people based on vaccine mandates. Okay, you're gonna get shit. You're gonna get shit cops applying for the job, and they're getting hired because you gotta hire somebody. So, um, yeah, it's not the police officer's fault. It's the department's fault. Caving into what the district. Now, what they should do is say negative. We have the crime. We're going to make the arrest
Mhm.
based on the penal code. California Penal Code says this, we're making the arrest. That's what the agencies should do, but they don't. And that doesn't go just for these crimes. It goes for a whole bunch of crimes. Like during COVID, we weren't arresting for nothing. We weren't arresting people for crazy stuff. We were writing them tickets. So,
Damn, you know how
yeah.
criminals feel about a ticket. They take that real serious.
Yeah, they throw it on the ground right in front of you. And they laugh at you. And it took me longer to write the ticket than they'll ever spend in jail.
Damn. Talk about a message of hope, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, San Diego. Just like Ron Burgundy said in Anchorman, go fuck yourself, San Diego. So here is
Exactly.
Fuckery 5, story number deuce. I heard about this one. I haven't read any articles on it, but I heard about it. Stupid ad. So you're reading this correctly. World's largest pilot union calls to eliminate terms cockpit and manpower, other masculine generalizations for equity. Wow. You know what? Let me look this up real quick. Origin of the word cockpit.
According to General Aviation News, the title comes to us from cock, an Old English term for a small boat, and swain, which means servant. A coxswain is a boat servant. Over time, this title led to the steering compartment of smaller boats, where the coxswain sat, being called a cockpit.
Okay, so it wasn't based on any misogyny or sexism. It was based on the anatomy of a boat. But here we are, 2024. We got to squeeze some drops of misogyny or sexism out of everything. And obviously, I bet you there are people who think that it's called a cockpit because most men were pilots, and we know cock means penis, so it's called the penis pit. No, had nothing to
Exactly.
do with that. But you know, these dummies are going to run. Just like the lady who was like, "Can you believe that the Republicans want us to believe that actual coyotes are bringing people across the border? Like coyotes are bringing people. That's real." So
No.
dummies, yes. So dummies like that are going to take it as, oh, it meant the man's penis, when, as you just heard, not even close. The world's largest airline pilot union suggested airmen and women stop using terms purportedly offensive to women and the alphabet soup group individuals, calling out terms like cockpit as non-inclusive. Like somebody's going to name it the dick pit. It was named after a penis. How fucking stupid are these people? Airline Pilots Association International represents over 70,000 pilots worldwide and states that it collaborates with a United Nations agency on its policies. There you go. According to a diversity, equity, and inclusion language guide, what the fuck? Released in 2021, the ALPA lists numerous terms and phrases to avoid, especially masculine generalizations that it deemed to be non-inclusive. Inclusive language in communications is essential to our union solidarity and collective strength, and is an important factor in maintaining flight safety. So calling something by a masculine generalization has something to do with safety. The purpose of this language guide is to offer examples of terms and phrases that ALPA, for example, suggested replacing the word cockpit with flight deck. But there's already a flight deck. That implies something that's outside where the airplanes take off. Like the tarmac would be closer to a flight deck than the fucking cockpit. The purportedly offensive term has been and may be used in a derogatory way to exclude women in the piloting profession. Many women have heard a variation of it it is called a cockpit for a reason by male pilots, suggesting that women do not belong in the piloting profession. Shut the fuck up.
Locker room talk, sweet cheeks.
And if that keeps a woman, oh, they're gonna call it a cockpit. I don't want to be a pilot after all. Then fuck you.
Good. We
need
don't
to be
need women
one.
pilots.
But Wall Street Journal columnist and linguist Ben Zimmer wrote that the term cockpit originated from cockfighting in 16th century England. What is flying? So how is that when there was no flying in the 16th century? And cockfighting is a male chicken. They didn't have, they weren't like, or maybe they were hitting their dicks together. But usually cockfighting means chickens, roosters.
So is it chicken or is it penis? Which one is it? Is it chicken or is it penis?
Chicken penis.
Okay.
I don't know. This is confusing.
Like they're pulling words from every word that they.
Hey, no pun intended. Pulling the cock, huh? Anyway, the circular pit was surrounded by a barrier to keep the gamecock from escaping, with spectators who viewed the bloody sport as entertainment. He wrote in 2019. The term evolved to describe a boisterous, intense atmosphere, according to Zimmer. By the 18th century, it referred to the area on British warships where surgeons treated the wounded. That was called the cockpit. The confined space, the noise, the blood, and the fetid air evidently reminded people of the original cockpits. Shut the fuck. These people are reaching. They're reaching for cocks. Similarly, ALPA's guide called for the words man and men to be avoided. It offered suggestions for the word manpower, including people or human power, because that doesn't sound gay. Who will provide the people or human power to support this event? The guide stated as an example. The guide also suggests avoiding using masculine terms like guys when addressing groups, since the word is not inclusive of women, transgender people, or people with different gender identities. ALPA advised against using mother or father. That phrasing could alienate different family structures, such as grandparents, as caregivers, same-sex parents, among others. Similarly, husband, wife, and boyfriend and girlfriend should be avoided, since the phrases could ignore same-sex couples. So same-sex couples can't have girlfriends or boyfriends? Then what do two gay guys call each other if they're not married? Don't they say my boyfriend? Would two lesbians say my girlfriend? No?
And human has man in it.
Uh-oh. Tori, why did you say that?
Sorry.
That means you're expecting these people to...
It's just an observation.
Well, unless they fall in line with my rhetoric, you can't make those observations. Thank you very much. But you have other languages like Spanish. If you were at a huge event and there were tables, you got like the award shows, everybody be sitting at a table. So let's say there's a table of 20 people and only one of them is a man. You would refer to that table in the masculine sense of the word. So like you would say ellos instead of ellas, because that one man would
you out with your Spanish.
But I'm saying it would exert dominance over the women at that table, and you would refer to that table in the masculine sense. So are we supposed to start undoing language?
What's up, my N-words?
Oh, hey, whoa.
That's how I'm gonna go to the table.
That's how you're gonna do it? Okay, go ahead. So if Tori comes to your table, watch out.
I'm trying to get fired, remember.
She's coming with the fucking heat. Diversity really has nothing to do with safe travel, a former Federal Aviation Administration safety team representative Kyle Bailey told Fox about the trend of DEI in the airline industry. It's basically all a matter of flight time, your credentials, your background, how much flight experience you have, and also your training. See, this guy's talking nonsense. He's talking merit. Regardless of what proposed hiring practices are put into place, the bottom line is piloting is basically a male occupation. You don't find little girls when they're 10 years old saying, hey, I want to be an airline pilot, or playing with little model airplanes or flying model airplanes. It's pretty much a male game, like it or not. Fucking dickhead. Major airlines have taken heat for their descent into DEI agendas. United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby faced backlash after a resurfaced video showed him boasting about the company's diversity initiatives, which require higher numbers of women and minority workers. He said the company has committed to ensuring 50% of their graduating pilot class will be women or people of color, up from 19% in 2023. How do you achieve those kind of numbers? You must break rules, bend rules, and lower standards. And that's just what you want as somebody strapped into an aluminum tube going 500 miles an hour is somebody that got to cut corners.
Yeah. Scary.
This is messed up, ex-owner Elon Musk said in a response. He can always set a good example and resign immediately, leaving his high-paid position, salary bonuses, and stock options to someone more diverse, Center for Security Policy senior analyst J. Michael Waller said.
You know what? You know what we should be able when you book a flight, you should be able to see not only like the times and the the layovers and everything. You should be able to see who the pilot is. Man, woman,
and their
trans.
stats. How long they've been flying? You know, do they have any complaints against them? Do they have any safety violations? Like, yeah, I want to see that. Let the people decide and watch all of the DEI. The first black female, blah, 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 get no fucking passengers because that's not what they're there for. Now, if you had this happened to be the first all black female crew and they have high marks, they flew in the military, they have no safety violations, they're excellent pilots. Okay, cool. But then I'm wondering, why are you telling me what color they are? Just tell me they're excellent pilots, and that's it, because that's what matters. I don't think anybody would give a shit what color the pilot is if they were fucking excellent. I think that's what you would want. Tori, what the fuck do I know? Oh,
nothing.
Shit. Absolutely nothing. I couldn't fill a thimble with what I know. So, story number 3, or as they say in the streets, Trey, boo. Transgender
if it's gay, can you read it in the gay voice?
Of course. But this is transgender. I don't know what they sound like.
Oh.
Transgender woman guns down parents in Utah home, sparking massive manhunt. Why haven't we heard about this? If it was a right-wing teenager with ties to Hitler, we know all about it.
Ooh.
A transgender. Like oh, that crazy little fucker. Oh, weirdo. Did you hear that song he came out with?
Something nasty, huh? Right? Like talking about
it was like Girls' Day or some shit. He was singing about him being a girl. Get Friday night, go out, get drunk, have a one-night stand. Is that what girls do? Wait a minute. Tell me this story. Girls pop pills, get dressed up, fuck dudes, and see a therapist and drink.
Do you want to know the truth? I do think that millennials and Gen Z women, you have to run their credit score and HOFAX before messing with them, because I'm not even gonna lie, I'm gonna tend to agree with that assessment. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what Dylan said. It's all about the weekend. Girls drink, pop pills, fuck, and sit on their therapist's couch. Damn, girls.
I'd agree.
Damn, girls, that's it?
Sorry.
Oh, and
but no, he's
cry.
Nasty.
And cry.
You have to check a woman's medicine cabinet nowadays. Medicine cabinet, Instagram, Instagram feed. Check if there's a therapist phone number on speed dial. Like, you gotta check women for a lot of these women are getting drunk and popping antidepressants. So I'm not even gonna hate on that.
If she has one of those things that has like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday slot for the pills, and she's
if it ain't vitamins.
Yeah, Fred Flintstones is not on the fucking bottle. Run, fellas. Run.
Yes. Yep.
Poor bastard. Golly, poor motherfucker.
No, these women have issues, as you see. I mean, you see
Yeah, look at this.
online.
Look at his
Yeah,
eyes. Look at this dude's eyes. He looks crazy as fuck. A
she's
transgender
beautiful.
woman allegedly gunned down her parents. Stop calling her inside their home Tuesday night, according to police reports. Mia Bailey, whom police said wears wigs and changes her appearance frequently, was cornered and arrested Wednesday after an extensive manhunt that spanned several hours. Cops warned she was to be considered armed and dangerous while she was still on the loose.
She loose, all right.
Ugh. That's Bailey. That looks like a dude. Come on. Why do they always look like shit? We have some good news. Officer Tiffany Mitchell with the St. George Police Department announced we have the suspect in custody. Everyone is safe. No one else was injured. Bailey, 28, was immediately identified as a primary suspect after gunfire erupted around 7 p.m. at a home in Washington in southwest Utah near the Arizona border. The bodies of a woman and a man, both suffering gunshot wounds, were found in the living room, according to Washington City Police. Investigators launched a manhunt for the suspect, who fled in a yellow Kia Soul. After several hours on the loose, Bailey was cornered in the St. George neighborhood, roughly 7 miles from the home where the murders took place. Video shows the suspected killer peacefully surrendering to a dozen armed officers. Police said she put down a firearm before being cuffed. Ew, it looks like an alien. That looks like footage of an alien on somebody's ring cam. Look at that shit. Like that slender alien body. Although police did not make clear the relationship between the deceased and Bailey, records show that Bailey shared the home where the slaughter occurred with a Joseph and Gail Bailey, ages 70 and 69. Gail's brother took to social media to confirm that the pair's killers was their child. My sister, Gail, and her husband, Blue Bailey, were shot dead tonight. I'm numb, he wrote. Oh, that's the Kia Soul that it left in. And their own son killed them. My poor mother has lost 3 of her 5 children. You always think it only happens to someone else. Give your brother or sister a call. Stay in touch. Damn. That's crazy. But they'll have you believe that it's not because he was a Ku Klux Klan member. You know, it was maybe the way they treated him. Maybe they forced him to go to Bible study when he was 11. It's their fault. They were conservatives. They didn't like Biden. They said something bad about Kamala Harris at Thanksgiving or something. It's their fault. It's not this crazy fucker's fault for believing that they're an opposite gender and looking the way they look. So, oh yeah, Mark's Music Obsession says, you mean woman hunt. That's right. It wasn't a man hunt. It was a human hunt. That's what it was. We don't want to leave anybody out. But it's funny that in that airline story and in this one, if they're going after masculine terms. So let's say the cockpit was called the titty pit or something, the breast pit or the vagina pit. Do you think that there would be this call for it to be changed to be more inclusive to men because men feel left out? We don't like that you call it a breast pit or a vagina pit. We don't have vaginas. Can you change it? Do you think there would be this outcry, or will they just say no one gives a fuck about men?
No, there's no. I don't hear of any like men empowerment. I don't hear of any support men-owned businesses. I don't hear any of that. I just hear support Black-owned businesses and support women-owned businesses. When I see that, I don't buy it. I put it back. I don't even care how good the candle smelled. I'm not buying no women-owned shit. At least, like, I'm gonna buy women-owned stuff, but don't be flaunting that it's women-owned. That's why I don't know a few conservatives who they put like Black-owned on their stuff. It just rubs me the wrong way because you're like you're playing into their BS, like with the color politics, with the racial politics. Like I hate that. I hate it. But a couple big conservative players do that, and I don't like it.
I don't either. That has nothing to do with it. Just sell me some quality shit. Thank you. Because really it's all made by the same little 6-year-old Chinese boy over there in fucking Hong Kong somewhere. or your jeans are
Right.
made blue. There's some 8-year-old Pakistani kid whose legs are blue up to his kneecap from stomping out your fucking denim. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. Just sell me a quality product at a reasonable price and fucking keep it moving. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Black owned, woman owned. Are you going to charge me less because it's black owned and I'm black too? Oh, you're not giving out those kind of discounts, you piece of shit.
No, you have to pay more.
Yeah, what the fuck? Hey, we supposed to be brothers.
Exactly.
Guess not. Okay.
Your boy Brandon Tatum does that. I don't like it.
Oh, he does? I didn't know that.
On his page, black owned.
Maybe. Okay, let me play devil's advocate here, Tori. Maybe
Go ahead. What he's doing it sarcastically? Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
I think I want to think that that's it, but it's not.
I think I'm gonna say that's why he does it, because he definitely doesn't believe in that bullshit. I think that may be satirical. I'll ask him.
Yeah, I don't think it is, but
okay, we'll find out. We will find out. I will get an answer for you.
But will you get the honest answer though? Because he's gonna give you the answer that is tailored to your beliefs.
No. I'll hit him up, just on some friend shit. I'll hit him up and I think he'll be honest with me.
Hey, bro, what's up with that black owned shit on your page?
What up with that though? Yeah, that's all I'll write it. No, if you're right, then I'm man enough to admit.
No hate. He making money.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan of that. That shit's dumb. Okay, you ready for story number 4? Good, because I am.
Yes.
And they say don't judge a book by its cover. But LGBTQ, like, speaking of judging books, no pun intended. LGBTQ plus, you didn't cover all of them with all those fucking letters. Plus, librarians, because there's so many of them, grapple with attacks on books and on themselves. Shut your fucking mouth. If you go out looking like that, you can expect some attacks. What are you doing? Don't make fun of me. I'm gonna dress like a fucking clown truck driver, but don't make fun of me.
At least he's not getting sexually assaulted.
I bet he's not. Idaho librarian June Meisner was closing up for the day at the downtown Boise Public Library when a man approached her asking for help. As an information services librarian, answering patrons' questions is part of Meisner's day-to-day work, and serving the community is one of her favorite parts of the job. But when the man got close enough, he took a swing at me and tried to punch me in the head, said Meisner, a transgender woman. I blocked it, and he started yelling slurs and suggesting that he was going to come back and kill me.
What slurs? What slurs? I bet you was just a crackhead. Welcome to a Democrat city, dumbass.
Please God. Worldwide Pride Month events are well underway to celebrate LGBT plus culture and rights. But it is coming at a time when people who identify as say they are facing increasing difficulties at work, ranging from being repeatedly misgendered to physically assaulted. Gender non-conforming library workers in particular, like Meisner, are also grappling with growing calls for book bans across the U.S., with books about gender identity, sexual orientation, and race topping the list of most criticized titles and making the attacks all the more versatile. Tori, is your heart racing like mine?
I'm so pissed.
When we see attacks on those books, we have to understand that those attacks on those kinds of people as well, said Emily Drebinsky, who is the president of the American Library Association and is gay. To have my identity weaponized against libraries and library workers, the people and institutions I care about the most, has made it a difficult and painful year. The ALA said it documented the highest ever number of titles targeted for censorship in 2023 in more than 20 years of tracking, 4,240. That total surpassed 2022's previous record by 65%, with Maya Kobabe's coming-of-age story, Genderqueer, topping the list of the most criticized library book for the third straight year. Lawmakers are increasingly considering lawsuits, fines, and even imprisonment for distributing books some regard as inappropriate, including in Meisner's home state of Idaho. Lawmakers there passed legislation that empowers local prosecutors to bring charges against public and school libraries if they don't keep, quote, harmful materials away from children. The new law signed by Idaho Governor Brad Little in April will go into effect on July 1st. I do think that a lot of that political speech around it does make things more dangerous and worse for me, Meisner said. It is so much politicking and getting the general public riled up. Meisner's own attacker was arrested and convicted, and she says that while the vast majority of her interactions at work are positive, she still struggles to let her guard down and is constantly assessing whether a situation could turn unsafe.
At the
As
library.
someone at the library, shh, at the library. As somebody who is working face to face with the public and trying to help people as much as possible, that really does get in the way, she told the Associated Press, describing how she waits to make eye contact with a patron, and then based on what I see when they look at me, that'll tell me whether or not I should just be on edge or be wary.
Is that what it is? What's in the eyes? Is that what it is?
It's all in the eyes, Tori. It's all in the eyes. Florida-based conservative nonprofit Moms of Liberty, which describes itself as a parental rights organization and refers to its members as joyful warriors, has been at the forefront of a nationwide push to remove books that deal with race, gender, identity. But co-founder Tiffany Justice says the organization, which she says has more than 300 chapters in 48 states and more than 130,000 active members, is not anti-blah, blah, blah, blah. Although Justice herself told the AP she thinks the Q in the acronym, which stands for queer or questioning, needs to go into the trash bin. And according to the ALA's Office for Intellectual Freedom, about 38% of book challenges that directly originated from Moms of Liberty activity have LGBT themes. Justice said Moms of Liberty challenges books like Genderqueer, a graphic novel about a young person's struggle with gender identity that contains illustrations of sexual contact, masturbation, and a sex toy, because they view the material as a sexually explicit, not because they cover LGBT topics. My heart is racing. So you mean to tell me that this person that works at the Idaho Public Library, the Boise, Idaho Public Library, is attacked and assaulted for looking like that? I think I'm going to call bullshit. And maybe, like you said, maybe it was a crackhead. They're known to do that. But I don't think somebody came up. Can I get some help? Oh my God. Ugh. I just started swinging on this fool to the point where he said he blocked it. So what kind of swing was this? If you can block somebody's punch, what kind of punch are we talking here? Was this an elderly gentleman or was this a crackhead? That sounds so fucking stupid. And the willful ignorance that is on display is astounding, because you know damn good and well people don't want to ban these books because they have alphabet soup group people in it. They want to ban them because it's fucking disgusting and it's sexually explicit content and children should not be consuming it. So if somebody wanted to put a Hustler magazine in the elementary school library, nobody would have a problem with that. But if it was a gay porno magazine, no, the shit is disgusting. It doesn't matter if they're straight or not. That's gross, perverted shit that children should not have access to. Tori, please.
Yeah, something doesn't click with them, like that sex, no matter what your gender, your identity, your whatever is, it's not intended for kids. It should not be intended for kids. What are they
Thank you.
missing with that? Like, are they, I think that they're just forever victims and they just see themselves as these, they're always getting attacked. And they, like I said last time, they're always claiming it to be because of their sexual preference. Bitch, we don't know who you like. We don't know who you want to F. You're so confusing to yourself. I don't even think you know what you want to F. Okay? So, how is a stranger going to look at you and even know what the hell you are? I can't even, like, clearly you're a man, but I mean, we don't
Mhm.
know. So, you're assuming that I'm that intelligent to know what the hell is going on in your mind and you don't even know what's going on in your mind?
I have
Thank you.
no idea.
That's
No
nice.
idea.
That's nice. Like, they're
Yeah,
so confused and they expect us to know what they do in their bedroom? They don't even know. It changes every day.
yeah,
But they think that we know. No, we just don't want children reading these books that are turning their sponge brains into your brain because we don't want kids to grow up like you. It's pretty
yeah.
simple, but I don't think that they're ever going to get it. I don't know.
And we want people to be children, or we want children to be children as long as they possibly can. When you
Mhm.
introduce children to adult situations and adult content, you are taking little pieces of their innocence and their childhood because you're introducing them to adult situations. That is fucked up. We're not only supposed to protect a child's physical being, but also their innocence. They don't see, they want to have a bigger role in society and they want people to care about them, but we don't. Librarians and educators and shit like that, just do your shit. If you're a teacher in an elementary school, let me guess. Colors, sentences, playing, stories, real lightweight shit. Now, it's unfortunate that in some cases teachers aren't allowed to be just teachers when it comes to children coming to school hungry or with ill-fitting clothes or they're dirty and you have to be a social worker. You're packing extra food in your lunch to give to them. You're bringing snacks. You're bringing your kids clothes that are too small for them, for these kids. So you can't just be a teacher. I understand that, and that is terrible. And shout out and kudos to the teachers who teach and take on that extra shit. But what you don't need to do ever is get into sexualized stuff like this and homosexuality and when kids can identify and exploring their bodies. No, fuck all that. You leave that to the parents. Parents have broad shoulders. That's why there should be two of us, because we're going to need all this square footage of our shoulders that we possibly have, because there's a lot of responsibility that comes with it. So don't reach into my bag of responsibility and take shit out of it. I plan to have children. I married my wife. We were married for a few years. We talked about children. We planned on having children. We had said children. So we're ready. We're geared up. We're suited up. We got our pads, our helmet, the black eyes, shit under the eyes. We're ready to go. All right. So fuck off. Don't reach over here and try to take responsibility away from me. I will talk to my children about things of a sexual nature. I will talk to them about their body exploration or whatever the fuck. You stick to Barney and colors and shapes and real lightweight shit. I'll send them to school well rested, clothed, and fed. You stick to what you're supposed to do. Don't get your peanut butter in my chocolate. All right. You keep your shit over there. I'll keep my shit over here. If my kid's being a problem, you let me know. I'll take care of it. All right. But you don't need to be doing this shit. You don't need to be teaching kids about masturbation and all this. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's my job to cross those bridges when we get to them. And when we get to those bridges, we'll do it. Don't speed shit up. Why? Don't you feel weird? Don't you feel weird? Like, if it's almost like if you're talking to another adult and you're cussing and a kid walks in the room. Don't you calm that shit down? Don't you stop cussing? Don't you change the content of your conversation because there's a child here now? Parents, I know you've been watching a show with your spouse and you thought you put the kids to bed and you're watching an adult show and they come in, it's like a sex scene, or you're watching a movie. You pause that shit. You don't keep watching the sex scene when your kid walks in the room. Mommy, can I get some water? That's fucking disgusting. What's wrong with you? Don't you teachers feel weird?
No, they love it. They
This
love
drag
it.
queen story hour shit. Don't you drag queens feel weird being that around these kids and reading shit like that? I don't know. But hold on, Tori. I want you to go ahead and answer that. I got to go get some more water because it's 96 degrees in my studio. Thank you very much.
It's so hot. Here
Yes, I'll
too.
be
We
right
sweating.
back.
Yeah, they want. I think the problem is that that's their target audience. Their target audience is young kids who are easily accessible, who don't have the best parents, like JERICHO, who have parents who are too busy working, right? Because feminism has got us here, where the women have to go to work too. 2 incomes to tax, y'all. But that's what happens when you take both parents out. You're having institutions raise your kids, and then they're easily accessible for these drag queens to be teaching them how to masturbate. And there's no way for a parent who's too busy working to know what's going on in the classroom or the library. There's no way for them to put a stop to it if they can't afford to take the kid out or homeschool the kid. So that's the problem. Bob K. Mitt, inflation is why we have to work. You're talking about women too? I'd rather be poor than have my kid being taught how to be a drag queen. I'd rather be poor and on food stamps. But I understand. Inflation is a huge issue. Now, Bob, I want to ask you this. Did Trump start inflation with the printing of trillions of dollars during COVID? JERICHO won't appreciate that question. MIT, sorry, Bob K. MIT. Who created inflation in 2020, Bob?
Uh-oh.
I'm asking Bob about Trump.
Uh-oh. Who got Tori started on Trump? Who did this?
No, I'm just saying, like, feminism got us to the point where women are taken out of the homes, right?
Yes.
Feminism got us there. So it's much harder to keep an eye on your child when you have to work, right? Both parents have to work, unless you can, afford to take your kid out of school and homeschool, or afford to put your kid into private school where they actually care about learning, well, some private schools are shit too. But then Mr. Bob said inflation is why we have to work. And so I just asked him, who started inflation when trillions of dollars were printed during COVID? It was under 1.4 under Trump, 9 under Biden.
That is true. But Trump.
But things have to start somewhere, right?
They do. They do have to start somewhere. And Trump was dealing with unprecedented times. And yeah, shutting down the economy, I think, was a mistake. Lockdowns were a mistake. But Biden took that ball and fucking went warp speed with it. No pun intended. He took it. He took it.
Warp speed, huh?
Like I said, no pun intended. But he definitely took it. He definitely took it and fucking went into overdrive with it, with the mandates and shit like that. So yeah, mistakes were made, but financially, I don't think anybody, if they're being honest with themselves, can say that shit wasn't way better under Trump. And I
agree. For 3 years.
I think that is the most important thing to people, is our financial situation as far as the federal government goes. So as long as you keep it like that, I can forgive a lot. But yeah, COVID was just, COVID was like stepping in a fresh pile of dog shit barefoot. It just came up between your toes and fucking just messy and fucked up all the way around. Toy, are you Oh,
Yeah,
is there something wrong?
he had bad advisors. Yeah, he had bad advisors. Yeah, he took
He,
advice from the wrong people. Oh yeah, he did. Dude,
I'm not
it's fine.
saying that. I'm just saying it was a mess all the way around. And just because you have advisors telling you things doesn't mean you have to listen to them. I mean, yes, he does
Right.
have the final say. And just like with January 6th, people said, well, Trump said this and he said that. And he got people riled up. So, and he did it. But even if he did, even if he said, go to the Capitol, tear that shit down, bring me Nancy Pelosi, that doesn't fucking mean you got to go do it, stupid. So ultimately,
no.
yeah, the buck stops with the man at the top.
I just hope he chooses a good VP. Who do you think he's going to choose? I think he's going to choose Nikki Haley because he's a moron.
Nah, I think maybe Giuliani.
Bad advisors. What?
I would like to see him, Rudy Giuliani. That's his homeboy. That was his lawyer. I'd like to see him pick Vivek Ramaswamy. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
That's what I'd like to see. He's young.
Thomas
good
Massey,
ideas.
really. Thomas Massey would be the best pick because he's not influenced by anything.
Sure. I would say him or Ramaswamy, Vivek, however you say his name. I think those would be the best two. Because I do think we need an injection of youth.
Yeah.
We need some young people, fresh ideas, a different viewpoint, brought up in a different fucking era. That would be great. But we're going to find out.
I have a question. The librarian chick. Who do you, or why do you think she was attacked? Or
I don't think they were attacked.
But they said they said they were arrested and prosecuted.
I mean, when I read that part of the article, I thought there could be some weak ass fucking leftist police, prosecutors, whoever involved. I don't know. But yes, are there crazy, fucked up people? Sure. But it could have been a crackhead. I mean, to think that somebody, oh man, you're a queer, and then just to swing on somebody? What? That just sounds fucking weird to me. And of course, even though he looks like a freak, no, you don't deserve to be assaulted just because of what somebody thinks of you. But I don't know. That's kind of fishy.
Yeah, no, I think everybody just loves to blame like either their race, whatever their victim card is, whether it's their race, you're black, you're brown, you're Asian, stop Asian hate, the Jewish now, the woman, the trans. Yeah, I think Matt Walsh actually, did you see Matt Walsh's video where he breaks down the victim card? Like he does like a mathematical equation on how much of a victim you are. It's pretty good.
Yeah, because it does come with different levels of power.
Yes, like a woman, but then if you're a conservative woman, you get color woman, trans woman. Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty accurate.
If you're a trans person of color, that's got to be a pretty good credit score in the world of the victim.
Oh, for sure. That's like top, I think. Oh, but you have to be obese too. Obese.
Okay, you're obese,
you an extra
trans of color.
Yeah, you're pretty high up there.
I think you're
golden. You get whatever you want in life. Yeah.
And if you're in a wheelchair, don't even look at them.
Yes.
Avert your gaze. You look up or you look down. You do not look at them in the face, in the eyes.
Yeah.
Because their wheelchair probably levitates off of the ground. They're not even, don't even fucking look at them because that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a superhero.
Yeah. Now, of
course, need that's a movie. That would be a great movie.
You know what?
The superheroes of the victim cards. Ooh.
Yeah, and definitely Superman would be a trans woman of color who's disabled for sure.
Yeah.
But there was now we've already talked about your youth, Tori. So you probably don't remember this, or maybe you do. On that show in Living Color, there used to be a character called Handyman, and it was played by Damon Wayans, and he had a handicap blue suit, like spandex suit with a cape, and his hands were like this and shit, and he would go up and away, and he would fall out the window, like he wouldn't take off. he would just like fall out the fucking window and he'd be flying like this and shit. And his saying was, never underestimate the power of the handicap. And he was handyman. So during the day, he was like a mild-mannered janitor or something. And then he'd look, there's injustice. And he'd go in the closet and he'd come out in his fucking handyman suit shit. Oh, I got to show you.
So he wasn't really handicapped? He wasn't really handicapped?
I mean, the character, yeah. The character was fucking handicapped.
Okay.
But he would just fall out of the window instead of taking off. It was the funniest shit.
Oh my God. I've never seen that. I'm too old. I mean, too young. Too old.
Oh my God. It was the funniest shit ever. Like, you know, just the shit that we used to be able to enjoy in entertainment.
Oh, now, you can't anymore.
If you punch in handyman, it brings up actual handyman. Like, you know, that's not the fuck I want. Handyman.
What was the actor's name?
Damon Wayans.
Oh.
Yeah, here we go. So here's a picture of him. That's how he would fly. Hold on, I'll pull it up. This is how he would be flying in the air, you know, in the shitty CGI of the late 80s, early 90s. But that would be him. That's how he'd fly through the air.
Oh my gosh. That would not fly today.
Hold up. Oh, no, not this one. Right here. Okay, let's see if we can find another one. So, yeah, that was him when he'd be in his outfit.
Oh my gosh, that is
and
not
he would
funny. I gotta see that.
Oh, it's so funny. And he would talk like this and like wipe his mouth.
Oh, is he in every episode or
no? But he was definitely one of the biggest characters of that show. And then there's another one that Jim Carrey would play called Vera DeMilo, and that was a trans bodybuilder. But he was a dude, and he had his hair in like little pigtails. And he would be in female weightlifting competitions. But he was, I'm Vera DeMilo. And he would sound like that shit.
Ahead of their time. Oh, okay. I remember that. I've seen that.
Yeah, Vera DeMilo. Yeah, Living Color was fucking crazy. But when you said there should be a movie about that, there kind of was with Handyman. But that shit was too funny. Up in the wing. And he would save people and shit. And then one time a couple episodes, he would have a sidekick that was a midget. This little midget chick. Take me back, 80s. I'm waiting for you. I'll be waiting outside with my suitcase. Come get me.
Yeah, that's comedy gold. Now we don't have funny people anymore.
No, you can't. The left version of the world is not funny.
No.
Because in order for things to be funny, somebody has to be made fun of. It has to be at somebody's expense. And unless it's at the expense of a straight white person, then we can't have it. You cannot make fun of people of color because of slavery, right? And you can't make fun of Asians because of World War II, and you can't make fun of Jews. You can't make fun of anybody unless they're a straight white piece of shit. Then let them have it. Because I don't think there's anything less funny than a trans or gay comic. Nothing less funny.
For sure.
Because that's all they talk about. That's all they fucking shut the fuck up. They're a one-trick pony. So Namibia, you know, Africa don't play that shit. Namibian court overturns and declares unconstitutional a law criminalizing gay sex between men. Uh-oh. We've seeped into Namibia. We've infected them. A law in Namibia criminalizing gay sex between men has been overturned and declared unconstitutional and illegal by a court, in a victory for the blah, 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 campaigners in the Southern African nation. Careful. A court in Namibia on Friday overturned and declared unconstitutional a colonial-era law criminalizing gay sex between men in a victory for the LG blah, blah, blah campaigners, blah, blah, blah. 3 judges in the High Court in the capital, Windhoek, said in a joint ruling that the law that banned sodomy and unnatural sexual offenses between men and dated back to the time when Namibia was ruled by apartheid-era South Africa was unfair discrimination and should be removed. Namibia gained independence from South Africa in 1990. The case, go too far there.
They have a constitution?
Yeah, right? I guess it's kind of hit or miss. The case against the government was brought by a gay Namibian man, Friedel Dasab, in 2022, There are no laws criminalizing sexual activity between women. Yeah, get it, girls. The Saab argued that the law was a legacy of Namibia's colonial history and was aimed at punishing and excluding gay men. He said in the court papers that although people were rarely prosecuted under the law, it stigmatized and marginalized same-sex couples. By outlawing the most private and intimate expressions of their love and identity, the government opposed Saab's case. The United Nations HIV/AIDS Agency said the ruling marks a significant victory for equality and human rights for all Namibians and will help protect the health of everyone. Oh, hold up.
The mental health. Mental health.
But they didn't put mental, they just put protect the health.
Oh, I know.
Everyone.
They don't mean mental. They mean health. But yeah. they don't make it's not making it. It's not the math isn't mathing.
Hold on, Tori. The United Nations HIV/AIDS Agency said the ruling marks a significant victory for equality and human rights for all Namibians and will help protect the health of everyone. The law had perpetuated an environment of discrimination and fear, often hindering access to essential healthcare services for members of the blah, blah, blah community. UNAIDS, Regional Director for Southern and East Africa, Anne Githuku Shangwi, said. The Amnesty International also welcomed the decision and said that Namibia had experienced a fierce anti-LGBTQ. Who's that? I thought it was LGBTQ. Now we have LGBTQ, or is this a typo?
Typo.
Backlash in the past year after a 2023 Supreme Court decision that recognized same-sex unions between Namibian citizens performed in other countries. In Africa, 31 countries criminalized same-sex sexual activity at the start of this year, according to Amnesty. That includes Uganda's harsh new anti-gay law that was passed last year and allows for the death sentence in some cases. Zimbabwe's Gay and Lesbian Association said it was heartened that the Namibian ruling had upheld the principles of equality and called on its own government to overturn laws that criminalize same-sex relationships. Tori, I'm going to let you go ahead and speak on this first. I'm going to look at something real quick, if you don't mind.
I was looking at their constitution, which is kind of interesting. Namibian constitution. How do you say it? Namibian?
Namibia.
Namibia.
Yeah.
So they have Article 5. It starts at Article. Okay. Well, they have Article 5 through 25, which are fundamental human rights and freedoms. I'm actually kind of interested in reading some of these eventually, but Article 5, protection of fundamental rights and freedoms. Article 6, protection of life. I wonder if that includes abortion. Article 7, protection of liberty. Article 8, respect for human dignity. I wonder what that is. Article 9, slavery and forced labor. Article 10, equality and freedom from discrimination. Interesting. I wonder what they have to say about these things. I'm going to try and scroll down, but yeah, I think actually what they have is a good argument. It's actually a good argument because you can't ban gay relationships for just one gender. You have to do it for both. They fucked up. They should have done it for both if they wanted it to remain. They can't. So they had a good argument for why it should be reversed, in my opinion. Now, should it have been? That's up for debate. Okay. I plead the fifth. What are you looking up?
I was looking at the percentage of AIDS in Namibia. So South Africa, where Namibia is, has the highest number of AIDS cases in the world. And
Where?
South Africa. And Namibia
Okay.
is in South Africa. So it says the prevalence of
Okay.
HIV-2 among adults aged 15 to 64 in Namibia was 12.6%. So 12.6% of their population has HIV. That's crazy. In America,
Yeah,
that would be
but
like 35 million people.
so I wonder if that's with or without the law in place.
But for
Or
them
does
to
that
say, because yeah, you criminalizing, but it's their country. First of all, when you say Africa and Constitution, I think that's fucking bullshit. Because what Constitution? All the
Well,
atrocities that take place.
this is just for Namibia, not Namibia.
Namibia.
Nam-
That's
Can't say it.
that's your
Namibia.
cinnamon. That's your cinnamon.
Namibia. But why so you laugh at it because yeah, there's no law and order, okay? Right? Or
But how does decriminalizing something that causes AIDS
good for health?
healthy? That just sounds so stupid. Now we look at it through our of the Western world and think you can't tell people that they can't do this and all that kind of shit, but it's their country. That's what they want to do. But to say it's under the guise of the greater health when it's something that causes HIV,
ridiculous.
that shit is stupid. And
Makes
it just feels like when the next regime comes in, they're going to recriminalize it, and then they'll be marauding through the streets looking for gay people's heads to cut off. Like, that's just stupid. Namibia, shut up.
Yeah.
It's for the health of the community that we're letting you do something that leads to fucking HIV. A high five. Okay, Namibia. You see that? That's how it's done, Tori. Namibia.
It's okay. Are you sure you're saying it right though?
I am sure I'm saying Namibia right. Yes.
Oh, they have the right to fair trial too, and the determination of their civil rights and obligations, or any criminal charges against them. All persons shall be entitled to a fair and public hearing by an independent, impartial, and competent court established
but is that
by
really
law.
going to happen?
Right. No. And how do you determine competence? So are they taking a test?
A constitution in a third world country just sounds like an oxymoron to me. A constitution, but your country's all fucked up. That sounds weird to me. But let's chuckle a little bit. Ready? Are you ready to chuckle?
Yeah.
Corey? Okay. Let's get our mad chuckle on. So here we go. LOL. Fat gay man on Wipeout. I love that show. Bust his ass.
You are so old. What's Wipeout?
It still comes on now. It's a show where people go on there and go through these obstacles and get fucked up, and it's hilarious.
Oh,
you ever? Well, no, you probably haven't. But there's
like Fear Factor.
No, it's more funny. But there used to be a show called MXC, Most Extreme. What did it stand for? Most Extreme something. But it was a Japanese show, and they had it on English TV, but they dubbed it in English voices. But it was a Japanese game show where people would go through these crazy obstacles and get fucked up for money. It was hilarious.
Okay, I've seen that.
Let her know, chat. Let her know how funny MXC was. But they dubbed it in English voices, and the guys would say crazy shit. But here we go. Fat gay dude gets fucked up.
How do they know he's gay?
Wipeout wish me lots of luck.
And there
Walter's
you go.
24. He's from Burbank, California. And Jill, well, she got the rest of the story.
Okay, so you've seen the show. You know what's going to happen. Yeah, I'm going to fall on some big red balls, but I'm so stoked for it. Like, you'll hear me scream like a girl.
No big deal, Walter. We've already heard you cheer like a girl. And true to his word, Walter screams like a girl and then crawls like a baby.
Walter taking his first steps and slowly making his way over to the red carpet rug pull. Walter at the first rug.
Hey, where's Walter? He disappeared. I don't know if that was a wipeout or a magic trick.
Walter's up now and headed to the...
Oh, heck yes. It's the sucker punch, Walter.
This shit's funny.
Sounds like a Beatles concert in there. Walter is down, and whoa, that does not look like a face who's ready for the big balls.
The big balls? Oh, heck no.
Oh,
Walter fall down, go boom.
Walter got fucked
The big
up.
balls taking what little wind Walter had left
Boing.
right out of it.
all right, Walter gingerly sneaking up to the hurdle hoops.
Sorry, Walter, no mercy here. Walter's gonna try the pony ride technique. Ooh, should have gone side saddle. He might actually be a girl after that. Oh, and he falls like an eighth of a ton of bricks.
Well, he's back on his feet. And, these hurdles are
Damn.
relentless, and it looks and sounds like the Williams sisters at Wimbledon. Walter onto the
Do you
final
think he's
hurdle.
making up that voice, or do you think he really
Yeah,
sounds like that?
definitely.
Yes, he's through.
Definitely.
Do you think he was
But-
born that way, Jericho?
Hell no. Hell no. I've seen videos of people coming out of anesthesia who were like, yes, I'm going for a procedure. And they come out and they're like, oh, fuck, I got a headache. So I think it's bullshit. Like women aren't even like that. Women aren't that effeminate.
Yeah.
Women like, oh my God. Oh, Lord help me, Jesus. Like, come on. Shit's fucking ridiculous. I can't stand that shit, but that was funny.
Poor guy. Poor
He's like, he
guy.
might be
What
a
an
girl after
underbite.
that. He
Yeah,
might
you can't
be a
say
girl
that
after
shit
that.
anymore. You
Right.
can't. No, that's how I know that's old. That's old. You can't say stuff like that anymore.
Oh,
Dude, that will make national news.
yeah. That's a shame. That's the world we live in where it's pre fucking cancel culture and post. Like, oh, you couldn't say that back then. You couldn't say that. Now you couldn't say that. It's a fucking shame. Okay. Gay rap battle, Matt and Justice. Oh boy. Here we go. The cipher. Here it is.
And that's why I say you better take a step back, because everybody here knows that you can't rap.
The B-Rabbit.
Okay, you coming to me saying that I can't rap. I'm about to rip you a new one with the words I lay on this track. But you probably like it when I fuck your ass up. You're the kind of guy jerking out to 2 boys, 1 cup.
Yeah, fuck you. Yo, world star, world star.
Yeah, okay. Finna fuck you so hard you wanna quit rapping. Cause now you're addicted to the way I give you an ass blasting. You wanna take it from behind, let the fun begin. I whisper who owns this ass and you moan young slim.
Okay, all right.
Not done. Okay, but don't worry, baby, this time I'll cut you some slack. You bend me over, I'll arch my back, and you slide my crack. I'm on with pleasure. Boy, you split me in 2. You're gonna slide on my butthole, and you know that it's true. Little bitch.
Ew.
That was kind of fire.
And that's how I fell in love with Young Slim.
Ew.
And that's
Ew. That's fucking gross. Ew.
It's true, and that's how easy men turn gay. I guess.
Is it? Good thing I never
I don't
been
know.
to a rap
The
battle.
prison stories I hear are pretty bad.
Jeez.
Prison
good thing
stories of married men. Yeah.
I mean, damn. You know? But if you counted prison, men get R'd more than women.
This is true.
Quite disgusting. But damn. Okay. Says you can all be lesbians. Oh, let's see.
Remember we talked about word families. I know you love that.
Ew.
So we're going to start with words that end in AN. You yell out a word, I'll write it down. Let's see how many we can get. Go.
Fan.
Fan, there's a good one.
Man.
Man, that's another one.
Lesbian.
Word AN. Anyone, words ending in AN.
Lesbian.
Okay, I heard pan. Good.
No. Faith said lesbian.
All right, no big deal. They said lesbian. Hold on. Good, we'll write that down. Just a word, not a big deal, but we'll move on. We'll get some other ones.
What is a lesbian, sir?
What's your word? How do you? All right. If you liked another girl, that could be.
I like Olivia. Am I a lesbian?
Well, if you like Olivia, you could be, sure.
I like Olivia. I love Olivia. I like Olivia too. Am I a lesbian?
No, it doesn't work that way, Philip. You can never be a lesbian.
No fear. I want to be a lesbian. Me too.
We can all be lesbians. Okay, let's just move on. Let's try working with O-N.
Prostitution.
What did you say?
Prostitution. What is prostitution?
What is prostitution? Let's say prostitution is when you work in the street and you get paid.
I want to do prostitution.
No. All right. Moving on to words that end in RE, but let me just have a second here to think if nothing, there can't be. So shout out words that end in RE.
Crack whore.
Oh my gosh.
That girl is fucking crazy. And that is another reason why you don't introduce shit like that to kids, because it's over their heads. It's too much. It's too much.
Gosh.
They don't understand it. They don't get it. Stop it. Oh,
Stop
RIP.
it right now.
Stop. So, RIP, Ralphie May. Great comedian. He died, what did I say, 5 years ago or something like that. But he was a great comedian. Love Ralphie May.
Who? That white guy? Or this next one?
This next one.
Oh.
He was a famous stand-up comedian. Hilarious, too. Like I said, he died pretty recently. But I've seen this bit before. It's hilarious.
What did he die of? Jesus.
Anyway, ain't like it's magically delicious. Isn't that right, girls? Because if it was, it'd be hard to get you to do it once in a while, huh? In this neighborhood, you can't say anything about gay people. Stop it. They are sensitive. Why? Because they suck. Stop it. Okay, because they suck dick, they get to have a parade and fuck up traffic for 3 days. What the fuck is that? Girls, y'all suck dick, y'all don't get a parade. What the fuck's that all about? Where's your goddamn parade? All cocksuckers to the sidewalk, sorry. Oh, I'm a dick. No, look, folks, I'm not homophobic. I'm gas conscious, okay? I ain't willing to take a 15-mile detour so little bunny foo-foo can walk up and down the street going, yay for dick, I like it in the ass. Fuck that. Look, I'm sorry. Now my gas is damn near $2 a gallon. Fuck you all.
You know how old this is?
Look here, Bubbles. Go sleep in your bedroom. I'm not driving there, okay? And gay people just take it. They used to be everybody's and make it gay. Remember when you was a kid, you just draw a picture of your house? You put a nice big rainbow in the sky? Gay. They done took the rainbow. I want the rainbow back. You can't have the rainbow, goddammit. We didn't vote on this shit. I didn't.
For real.
You greedy bastard. How many colors do you need, goddammit? And what the f does a rainbow have to do with sucking dick anyway? Ain't like it's magically delicious. Isn't that right, girls? Because if it was, it'd be hard to get you to do it once in a while, huh? And look, if you're gay and you're all worked up, well, guess what? It's just a fucking joke. Even though personally I do want the rainbow back, it's just a fucking joke. Look, you can take a dick in the ass, you can damn sure take a joke. They told me not to make fun of the magician got ate up by the tiger. I'm sorry, it's fucking funny. What the fuck are you doing hanging out with a cat? Cats are vile creatures. When they're 8 pounds, they fucking hate you. If you own a cat, it fucking hates you. All you're there to do is feed it, scratch that place where its tail meets its ass, and clean out its shit box, okay? They fucking hate you. You'll be petting. This is the proof. They'll be petting. You think, oh, no, he loves me. Really? Keep on petting. He'll fucking turn and start bite your ass. They're fucking evil when they're 8 pounds. That's the 600-pound tiger. Look here, dummy. That's what get you. Good. That's what you get for making a proud fucking beast of the jungle and fucking putting her on a goddamn gay disco ball and having 2 pulled her with a stick. The fucking tiger was gonna snap. You knew it was coming. I bet he was backstage before the show going, this is fucking bullshit, Marty. Fucking had enough, bro. I'm a goddamn tiger. 7 years he's been poking me with that stick and made me run that big fucking disco ball. So I'm now the fucking poster child for gay cats. What the fuck is this? Shut up, Marty. You got it easy. You pop out of a fucking box. Me, I'm fucking taking it in the ass. I heard that motherfucker's been calling me Snowball too. That's some bullshit. Swear to God, he hits with that stick, it's his fucking ass. You know there was a guy in the audience though. You know there was a guy in the audience who had a shit day at the tables. He got dragged to that fucking show by his wife. Had to spend $150 a fucking ticket. Fucking pissed off. And back he's going, man, I wish fucking that tiger eat that fat. Holy shit! Yeah! Fucking yeah! Oh man! This is the greatest thing of all time. I fucking love it. I'm glad. People go, animal rights, animal rights. Animals don't need you. When shit gets intolerable, they'll handle it themselves. That tiger had enough. Good. Now it's just Siegfried. Ha ha ha. They're giving him roared tetanus and they're giving the cat AZT. Oh, too much. You're right. Gay men never have disease. That. Anyway, doctors have promised he'll be back on his knees in no time. Yeah, I said it. Roy's first words yesterday, he woke up, opened his eyes and go, ta-da! That tiger was quoted saying, he tastes great! Hysterical. That's what I'm talking about.
Now you know he could not say that shit at the Laugh Factory in Los Angeles. Now he would be on Twitter the next day. I'm sorry to all my fans and blah blah the LGBT. Oh man, they'd eat his ass alive. So you know that was especially pause. You know. And the fact that he said my gas is almost $2 a gallon and he was pissed about it, you know that video is fucking old.
Oh,
shit.
For sure. Did he die of a heart attack?
Probably. Yeah. Let's see when Ralphie May died.
Oh, speaking of gay guys, Gion's here.
What up? Yeah, 2017.
So much, but I love her at the same time. It's a love-hate relationship.
Sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Pneumonia.
Oh, well.
He died of no. May went into cardiac arrest and died. May had been battling pneumonia for several weeks, and as a result, had canceled shows over the previous
pneumonia.
Yeah. It looks like he died of he went into cardiac arrest and died. So I didn't know pneumonia could cause that, but damn.
That sounds so hot.
But yeah, he was married to a lady named Lana Turner for 12 years.
A black woman?
I was like, she's got to be black, bro.
Lana Turner? I don't know. Lana
Turner?
It's close, man.
I don't know. That one's up in the air.
We have Google. We can look.
Google.
Is she
Google?
Just Google.
She's from Houston.
No,
she moved from Canada to Houston.
Yeah, she's not black, but close.
She's not?
She's not?
No.
How are you close
sure?
to black?
Look at the image.
She said, how are you close to black?
Either are.
Put some like black on your face.
Like Trudeau style? Like
right?
Face?
You said close. You said she's close.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, by
Light
name.
skinned?
No, she's just by name.
By name. Okay.
Lashana Turner. You know what I mean?
Ew! I love it. It's my favorite sound. Do it again.
That's
Do it
Tori's
again.
favorite sound. She's like, you gross. Do it again.
Yeah, I love it. You know
You know what I mean?
I can't do it.
You can do it. It just takes practice. You know what I mean?
You guys do it so great, though.
Yeah, you have to be on the other side to be able to see, you know what I'm saying, from a different perspective. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
good. I love
Tori.
it when like guys with deep voices make like the gay voice. It's just that much better. I love it.
It takes a lot of work to want to sound like a female, and even females
Yeah.
don't sound like gay guys. That's the thing. It's
So-
like it's so extra.
Fellas,
Yes.
if you are wanting to approach Tori and talk to her in public,
No.
it looks like if
No.
you do it in that voice, you're halfway there.
Right?
No, I
Just
mean
like,
you'd get me to laugh. You'd get me to laugh, but I'll
Start-
never look at you the same. Like if you approached me that way and I didn't know what you sounded like.
Yeah, just
Well, that would
start
be
out like
horrible.
that, fellas.
Yeah, just
She'll-
like
she'll be-
I can picture it now. Just a good looking dude just walking up to Tori and just be like,
Hey,
I just
man.
want to say you're so hot. Like,
She'll be putty in your hands, fellas.
she's gonna
Got me.
fucking melt. Tori's gonna melt right there.
You got me. Yes, I will.
Yeah, where's Thomas Bailey at? He should be in on this.
I know. Where's he been?
He said he would be here. He was in my chat on my live stream today.
Did you tell him I was gonna be here?
I didn't.
Well,
he
that's
should
the
be here.
problem.
He should be here anyway.
Yeah, he's here in spirit.
Well, a
Tori
man,
is, he's there.
a man not of his word is not a man for me.
Oh, take that, motherfucker.
Thomas
Hey,
Bailey
shout out.
might have just missed out on his shot.
He did because she just gave him the blueprint. Shout out to my man, Old Sweet Dick Malone. He's here from Massachusetts,
Oh, nice.
and he's always good for some crazy
From
shit.
Boston. Hey, you go to that parade or what?
Pocket kind of have a yard.
Old sweet dick.
Yeah, Old Sweet Dick Malone.
Not the Pride parade. The the Boston Celtics parade.
Yeah, they're the champs. They mobbed the fucking Mavs.
I see.
Basketball?
Yeah,
They got smoked.
It's basketball season?
It
Not
was.
anymore. Yeah,
It's over now. But
Yeah.
yeah, the Dallas Mavericks got fucked up by the Boston Celtics.
yeah.
Hate to see it. Yeah, hate to see it. So, fuckery or fact, people?
Fuckery or
That
fact?
is the next course of this meal known as Stop the Fuckery, episode 17. So, the truth about the degenerate Weimar Republic. What?
Oh wait. I have a question. Did you play the Mad TV? What is it?
Oh, no, I skipped that one. How did I do that?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't see that. I did
Is that
see
one
the
actually
other-
going to be funny?
I don't know. You'll find out. This is before your time, Tori. This is way before your time.
Then it's before your time.
Not
Mad
really.
TV was pretty funny. Mad
Mad
TV was
TV
very
was great.
funny.
That was great.
Mad TV filled the void of SNL when it was sucking ass.
Dude, I didn't even
Mad
know
TV was
SNL existed until like later 2000. Mad TV was the only like skit show. Well, and Live in Color too, but Mad TV, like that was all I watched in terms of that.
It was hilarious. Ari Spears,
Yeah.
Brian Callen, Michael McDonald, Mo Collins, Deborah Wilson. What was the other chick's name?
Will Sasso.
Will Sasso, Nicole Sullivan, Artie Lang. Yeah,
It was
serious motherfuckers.
I don't know. One name you just said.
Before your time.
Oh, young ass Tory.
Yeah.
There you go. My gay dad. I think I remember this one.
Well, nice house.
Oh, and Alex Borstein.
About time you invited me over.
Yeah.
Hope your parents aren't home.
David,
What?
knock it off. My dad's right in the den. Besides, I just wanted to zip in here, get the lab book, and then we're out of here.
What's he gonna do? Beat me up, huh?
No, look. All right, I might as well tell you, okay? Here, have a seat. It's just that, well, my dad is gay.
So, I mean, as long as he keeps his freaking hands off of me, I don't care.
No, you don't understand. You see, my gay dad always steals my boyfriends, even though they say they're straight and they promise they won't fall for him, but they always do every time because he's so irresistible they can't help themselves. And I hate it.
Coming this fall on the Family Channel.
My gay dad always steals my boyfriends, even though they say they're straight, and promise me they
Oh, side note, there really was a channel called the Family Channel back in
won't fall for him, but they always do every time. Because he's so irresistible, they can't help themselves, and I hate it.
I am 100% straight.
Yeah, well, that's what they all say. And then before you know it, they're like sending my dad flowers and calling the house and
hair
hanging
flip?
up when I answer the phone.
You're talking to the captain of the football team. I can guarantee you I'm not going to flip for some fruitcake.
Okay.
Oh, hi, honey. I didn't know you were home.
Oh, hi, Dad.
Whoa, look at that ass. I got 3 words for your dad. Babe-o-licious.
I thought you said you were straight.
Yeah, I am, but I mean, you didn't tell me how hot your dad was. I mean, I could eat him up with a spoon. Tell me he's not seeing anybody. Tell me he's not seeing anybody.
Not.
Tell me.
David, I said he is not.
Well, time to wash the old car. Oh boy, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm Tiffany's dad.
Hi, I'm
David, your name is
yes,
David.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, David. Oh, good grip. Well, honey, I'll be outside if anyone calls.
Well, maybe the next guy.
Next week on
My gay dad always steals my boyfriends, even though they say they're straight. They promise me they won't fall for him, but they always do every time. Because he's so irresistible, they can't help themselves, and I hate it.
Well, Greg, I think you and I are going to work out just fine. Oh, hi, Dad.
Hey, sweetie.
Nice ass. Mr. Higgins, you busy tonight?
When do I get laid?
My gay dad always steals my boyfriends, even though they say they're straight. And promise me they won't fall for him, but they always do every time. Because he's so irresistible, they can't help themselves, and I hate it.
Damn.
Fucking Mad TV. I miss Mad TV. That shit was
Yeah.
so funny.
Oh man, there'll never be another like it, unfortunately. Man.
Tori, what's up?
Well, yeah, that was the best one.
What's up, Tori?
You
gotta check out Mad TV. That shit is so funny.
Where do I find it? Like on YouTube?
Yeah, Alex Borstein and Will Sasso were the best pair on that show. The skits they did together was so fucking fun. And it was early 2000s, like late 90s, early 2000s. So, you know, everything was still able to be made fun of.
Yeah, not PC for sure.
Not at all. And they kind of took from the classic sketch show template where they would have like a musical guest, whoever was hot at the time would perform their hit song on there. Yep, remember
on
that?
Mad TV? Or is Mad TV is a network, right? It's not like SNL.
No, it was on
it
Fox. It was on Fox.
Oh, so
SNL,
Mad TV
NBC,
Channel 11 to be precise out here.
Yeah, it was Channel 35 where I grew up, but SNL's NBC and Mad TV was Fox.
Oh.
But Fox had some bangers because Fox had Married with Children, The Simpsons, fucking Martin. I mean, it had a gang of good shows, but Mad TV was the shit.
Yeah, those times are over now. Nobody watches.
It's a wrap. They would have all been tweeting out apologies after that fucking episode.
I'm surprised they haven't had to. Or are they too old? Are they dead?
No, they're not dead, Tori. It was the early 2000s, not the late 1800s.
Yeah.
Are they dead?
1800.
You sound like my daughter.
125? Because when
you sound like my daughter. Every time I watch a show from when I was a kid, are they dead? No, they're not fucking dead.
They just real old, and they don't know how to use Twitter.
Damn,
they're around. They're around.
Yeah, Ari Spears. Ari Spears. He's a woke bitch, but he's funny. But he is a fucking reparations, white privilege, fucking idiot.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't that make his comedy like that much worse? Like one level
But he doesn't.
worse?
He only talks about it like on his podcast and shit. His comedy is still pretty good. But like Mo Collins, she's a dumbass.
Yeah.
Fucking a lot of them are. But it's that whole Hollywood shit. But Mad TV pre woke bullshit, knowing what every celebrity thinks at every minute.
Yeah.
Fucking comedy
Those
gold.
were the times for sure.
I put them up against SNL any fucking day.
Oh, of course. Hands down.
Easily.
That's
so fuckery or fact. And this one is the truth about the degenerate Weimar Republic. Hit it.
Democrats have to
hold
defend
on.
3 Senate seats. In
Democrats have.
You have to let it play for 2 seconds.
Speaking of Satan, I'll bite the ad bullet for you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What the fuck?
Hey,
It's only letting me.
Take it
it's
off.
only letting me click on their fucking on his.
It should say skip ad.
It doesn't.
Did you guys donate to Trump's campaign that I see on every ad on YouTube? Did you guys donate
No,
your $39
absolutely
that he's looking for?
Press
not.
just press play on the video, start playing, and then
I'm trying to.
Okay.
Come on, Grandpa, you got this.
Oh, I'm not taking your shit today. So. I'll just reopen the segment or the.
Yeah, just refresh it.
We'll start fresh.
My gay dad.
They can't help themselves. Is irresistible, and I hate it. Okay,
that is ridiculous.
Okay, two ads later. Here we go.
All right,
I watched 2 ads for you guys. I hope you appreciate it.
Oh hell yeah! Maybe, hopefully you purchased something too. Hopefully they got you.
National
Thank
community
you.
to Berlin, which became the sexual tourist capital of Europe. Unrivaled. The hyperinflation of Germany attracted the international community to Berlin, which became the sexual tourist capital of Europe, unrivaled by any city before or since. Since the Weimar Constitution eliminated almost all forms of censorship, Berlin was a hotbed for sexuality and homosexual culture, earning the title as the world's most immoral city. On any given evening, over 600 establishments such as massage parlors, sex clubs, cabarets, and private torture dungeons promise unique sights and pleasures. Most of the nightclubs and vice resorts were owned and managed by Jews. Research into sexuality was led by Jewish sexologists Ivan Bloch and Magnus Hirschfeld. They promoted pornography and sex over traditional institutes of marriage and family. They also performed primitive sex change operations, removing male genitals and fashioned vaginas for the transgender community.
Ew.
Theaters were used around the city to exhibit female stripteasing, which would turn into scenes of public masturbation. Male prostitution, homosexual bars, and nightclubs were populated by gay men, lesbians, and transsexuals in wild, incomparable subcultures. A group of 14-year-old refugee girls from communist Russia made a lucrative living in Berlin as prostitutes. Little girls were freely available for sex at child brothels. Mother and daughter teams offered their services to the same client simultaneously. In the peak of hyperinflation, the most exquisite blowjob in Berlin never costed an American tourist more than 30 cents. To the conservative Germans, Berlin was looked upon with disdain, further humiliating their nationalistic spirit. Germany used to have a first-class army. Now they had first-class perversion. Nazi book burnings, organized by the German university students, were ceremonial events that targeted literature that opposed Nazi ideology. Pornography and books by Jewish intellectuals were burnt, including books related to Marxism, communism, Bolshevism, pacifism, egalitarianism, and anti-Germanism. Tens of thousands of people would attend these bonfires, which included live music, singing, incantations, and mass chants, such as no to decadence and moral corruption.
All right, well, fuckery or fact, JERICHO, and why?
I would say fact. I'd say it's definitely facts. And you look at the way Nazis are talked about and taught about here in America, and you would think that everything they did was horrific and murderous. But judging by that clip we just watched, part of it was to combat decadence and perversion and hypersexuality and prostitution and all this sick shit. So of course, not saying that everything they did was right, but it sounds to me like part of it was rooted in saving Germany.
Tori, fuckery or fact, and why?
You always gotta slide some who's in the end.
All right. Well, before you go, I'll say
No,
this.
I like it. I like it. I like it. You know more than I do, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say before you go, I'll say this about that is the topic is pride, and you'll see from the other ones that are picked in the order as to why this is probably important. Because it's I'll give some of my explanation on what I believe.
Oh, you mean the next video?
Yeah, the next two.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's fact. I mean, there's nothing disputable in that. I don't remember what we were taught. If you could remind me, what were we taught that they banned? Like, what were we taught? The type of books that they burned. Do you remember what we were taught? I don't remember. Do you remember what they taught us? Like, oh, they burned books as if it was something horrible. Were they trying to make us believe that it was like some sort of literature, some sort of like educational books? Like, because we were never taught they were banning porn.
Yeah, no, definitely never heard that. But it was always they were banning basically anti-Germany literature, anti-patriotic, anti-nationalist literature, that anything that went against Germany or presented Germany in a bad light, which I can understand, not wanting what you view as propaganda out there, or what you view as any kind of poison not permeating your country. So I can definitely understand that. There are some books we have in this country now that are worthy of the flame, like we were talking about earlier in some of those stories. So yeah, porn was never involved in the teachings. I don't think here. It was always like anti-Nazi literature.
Yeah, I think Gian knows way more about this stuff than both of us do, but I definitely know for a fact that we were not taught everything about the Holocaust and that era correctly. Just as, you have to think like in 30 years from now, 50 years from now, what are we going to be taught, or what are, generations after us going to be taught about COVID? Like, you can't trust that they're going to teach us correctly on COVID. Like, they're going to claim that it is exactly what CNN still remains, that that they're pushing down our throats. So yeah, we weren't taught correctly on any of this stuff.
Okay, I think we're all in agreement that this is fact. I will give a quick debrief of why I picked that. And then also to touch on some of the other things that we didn't talk about in that small clip was the mother-daughter prostitutions, the whole degenerate society that was there in Berlin at the time. And as JERICHO brought up, the guy with the mustache who wants everybody to eat vegan, right? All of this came to a complete end once he got into power. So I think that when you actually study this time period, kind of like what Tori was talking about, you look and you compare it to where we are in America right now. And it's the exact same thing pretty much that we're dealing with. We're dealing with the degeneracy, which is part of the title of this live. And it all stems from the same type of, obviously, roots that we got to see a little glimpse of in that video. None of us were alive in that time, but how is it that we're seeing a repetitive pattern from there today? And so even if I didn't know certain things that I know, I could look at that and go, wow, that looks oddly similar to what we're seeing today in an entirely different country in an entirely different time. So it's interesting if you study it, but to me that alone would tell you that it's fact, because this wasn't made up as some fictional sci-fi film. This is a period of time that actually existed that we're not taught about, like Tori said. So fact.
How did it stop though? How did it stop? They banned, they burned, but what?
Oh, so yeah. Do? So well, I wouldn't say this necessarily stopped it, but they put a stop to the literature that was degenerate for the youth. And those the guy with the mustache and his youth, they united to destroy the filth that was aimed at destroying Germany's culture. So that, to a degree, put a stop to the literature that was being spread. But we still see that happening today, right, in this country. And you got to wonder how that's happening. So it's history technically repeating itself. You gotta understand what the root source is of that. I love it.
That crazy fucker, eh?
Hey, fool, hey, like his mustache is like it's OG, fool. You know what I'm saying? Sock check that fool or what?
Hey, fucking Michael Jordan got away with it. Back in the day, he had those Hanes commercials. He had a straight fucking Hitler,
sure did.
Charlie Chaplin fucking mustache. And nobody said shit. Now, do you think a white player, an ex-white basketball player, could have got away with that?
Right. Dirk
Hell
Nowitzki.
no. Yeah, fucking. What's up?
Steve
I'm here to
Nash.
sell you. Yeah, I'm here to sell you fucking underwear with my Hitler mustache.
Yeah,
no, that wouldn't have played out too well.
Buy these and eat vegan.
Put some shites on Shizer. Love it. Okay, so this one says Jews are the problem. Episode 1 debut. So I'll play. I mean, it's 2 hours long, so obviously I'll play.
No, there's a God, I just had it. You have to go to 108:40 in the video.
Hour 8.
Part. Yes.
I do rare. All right, I'll go to hour 7.
Okay,
that looks pretty damn close.
Heather said he was hot. Ooh, the guy with the mustache.
Damn, so
he was so hot. Honestly, I'd suck his dick.
Ew, yes.
Yes.
I was like thinking eat vegan like all day.
All right.
Is this the Kyrie Irving documentary?
No, but that what was that called? It was like something blacks and I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember.
Why come I can't hear this dude?
I can't hear anything either. Oh, maybe that's.
Come on, Gramps! You gotta put the volume up.
In the country now.
What
many of us don't know is that you're not supposed to on Judeo war on the world, as it is being pushed and forced down the throat of people through media. Who owns the media? Through education, who controls education? Through legislation, who controls legislation in the country now? What many of us don't know is that when you're looking at that blue Star of Remphan flag, Star of David, Star of Remphan, however you want to look at it, you're looking at the political conquest of nationhood, the socio-political conquest, the cultural conquest of the world is not with that blue flag. It's with their flag that they had before that. Many people don't know that in 1928, Russia decided, hey, you can go right now to Wikipedia and see this for yourself. It was called the Jewish Autonomous Oblast. Russia decided, hey, we're going to go ahead and the Jews need their own homeland. All right, here's all this land here. You can come on here, Jews, come here. Now you got your own homeland. You can set your own rules, and you can have your own place. And they actually launched it in 1934. Here, it's ready for you. Go. You got your Jewish Autonomous Oblast. Well, if you look down at the bottom, for those who are not here at the bottom, and it shows you their flag from the Jewish Autonomous Oblast. What is their flag? That flag is the same flag. The LGBTQ flag is not an LGBTQ flag. It's the Jewish flag. It's the Jewish world conquest, cultural conquest flag. In other words, we're going to make the world in our image. We have culturally conquered the world. So they just took the same flag. The only difference in the two flags is the original one had 2 shades of blue. This one only has one solid blue, but it's the same order and everything. It's the same flag. What they're saying is when you put up that flag, usually it's people who are sick, perverted, or people who've been conditioned to support the behavior because they think that they're doing the right thing. They have no idea that they're waving the cultural conquest flag of Jewish, Judeo, sick, perverse, Babylonian, Talmudic culture. That's all it is. It's literally a flag of conquest, cultural conquest. You're going to be men lusting men, women lusting women, lusting children, pedophilia, homophilia, transgenderism, the whole Hirschfeld, the whole Weimar Republic kind of thing going on here. You have a whole Babylonian Talmudic type of warfare on the world population through cultural conquest that they can implement through media and through education and arts and culture.
Okay, that's the clip. Fuckery or fact, and why, Jericho?
Well, I would say that not knowing that much about the origins of that, the whole Weimar Republic, the flag he was just talking about, I guess there has to be a mix of fuckery and fact in there. Partially because, like I said, I don't know a terribly large amount about it, but I don't know. I'd have to know more about that guy too. But I would say there's a mix of both.
Okay. Fuckery or fact, and why, Tori?
Yeah, Sam, you're the professional here, but this is the flag that's popping up when I look it up.
The one with the tiger? No, that's Weimar Republic.
What?
That's the Weimar Republic flag.
What am I? What was that?
German colors.
The Jewish Autonomous Oblast is what he's talking about. The Weimar Republic was Germany.
Okay. Well, I'm misinformed or uninformed because, yeah, I didn't know that. It makes sense to what, is being pushed and by who. It makes sense. So I'm not going to say it's not fact, but yeah, you know way more than we do on this. So go ahead.
Yeah. So it's probably not fair for me to talk about it because it's because of that reason. So like I'll just give a little output
because of what?
Because
we don't know.
No, because I know too much about it. That's why.
But then it's more than fair. Then you should be talking about it rather than us.
No, because it's fuckery or fact, and I want to get everyone's thought and opinion. In a wide.
But we don't have the research behind it for
That's
us.
Perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. That's the whole
That's why
idea.
we need your expertise.
So what I'll say is because you looked at like Weimar Republic, which was something separate. That was Germany. But I remember in our last Pride video 2 weeks ago, Jericho, we discussed about the of what we thought, that flag kind of like represented in terms of when I see it as a surrender. I see it as whenever you put that flag up at an embassy, especially a U.S. embassy, you just surrender pretty much because that is not, it doesn't represent America or Americans at all. That is something completely foreign. And so when you actually discover some of the roots to that flag and those colors and the meanings and all this, and you'll see in this next video too, there's some stuff there that I'll talk about. But when you see that, you have to go, well, where did this come from? Why is this a thing? Why is it everywhere? Why is everyone, why is it a representation specifically of this quote unquote community? So when you see that and you see, for an example, that this is something that's already actually existed, and then now, kind of like he said, in these positions of power, that the group of people are the same ones pushing it. So what kind of coincidence could that possibly be? To me, like I said, without knowing a lot, I would see some of those things and go, that's factual. Like everything would point me in a direction, because there's nothing else that you can look up that supports that. The Muslim religion and people don't support that. You will never find nothing rainbow there. You'll never find nothing rainbow with Christians. You'll never find nothing rainbow with Buddhists. There's only one place you can find this stuff. And so to me, I mean, if you're going off of exactly like what he said, to me, I think that would be obvious. But, you know, it just takes the individual to kind of look it up. But I'm not going to say fuckery or fact at all. I kind of already know. So.
Wait, so the last video, what was the consensus of it? That flag was already originated when and for what purposes? Like, that.
Oh, go ahead, Jericho.
It was the flag of the, what they call the Jewish Autonomous Blast.
Oblast, yeah.
Oblast, basically Russia saying, here you go, here's some land, make your own rules. And so when they did that, that was the flag of their nation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was the flag before Israel.
Yeah, Israel
was 1934. So it was another 14 years.
Yeah, Israel wasn't even a thing yet.
Yeah, until Israel was a thing. So yeah, this is a good distance, a good piece of time before that. And let's see, all this LGBT Ku Klux trans nonsense comes directly from the Jewish Talmud.
Let's see.
Did you know that Judaism recognizes 6 genders?
Oh my God. Yeah.
This
is Tori's favorite.
You connect with Judaism. I want you to know there has always been a place for you to be your authentic self.
Fuck
Queer,
yes.
trans, and gender expansive Jewish beings are represented in every level of Judaism, from our classical texts to our secular and religious leaders to our community spaces like Philly's very own Tribe 12. Be proud of who you are, and know that I am proud of you too.
There's 6 sexes, genders in the Talmud with many mentions. Let's get into what they are. There's Nekeva and Zakar, the 2 here as female and male. Androgynous for an intersex person with both female and male sex characteristics. Tum, a person with obscured or unclear sexual characteristics. Elo needs someone assigned female at birth, but who expresses male characteristics later in life. Sorry, someone assigned male at birth, but develops female characteristics later in life and or has their sexual organs removed. Saris and Eloni often are described as infertile, and while life has lots of rules, don't let binaries be a hurdle to loving yourself for exactly who you are.
Okay, but who are you though?
David, who is an actor on the news. He's a filmmaker, and he's also an advocate for the LGBTQ community, and he's Jewish. So I really wanted him to answer this question with you guys.
I'm a Jew first, because sometimes I'm reminded of that, but it's also what I feel in my heart. It is not a sin to be gay. There's one line in the Bible, and according to Jewish law,
what do you say, Tori?
Quoted by Christian people around the world, saying, and if a man shall lay with a male as he doth with a female, an abomination they both have created, their blood shall be upon them. That's it. There are gay Jews, lesbian Jews, queer Jews, and you know what? Those who are connected.
No, thanks for cutting him off, because that was getting super annoying.
The video was done.
Yeah, it was. I don't even know why that was added on there. That's I don't know why that was added on there. But anyways, so the question is, I guess the gender. She said, "You are going to shower twice with hot stones." The question is the gender stuff, the transgender stuff, and I guess technically where it comes from. And I guess it was explained to us horribly in that wannabe lullaby song that was terrible. But fuckery or fact that the whole transgender and ideology and all that stuff comes from that religion, JERICHO, and why?
I am going to say fact, because the way those people who are that fucking weird, who do videos like that and make songs like that and paint their faces and shit and look like fucking, what was his name? Wild Bill from Silence of the Lambs, when he tucked his dick in the mirror and he said, "I'd fuck me."
Yeah.
Like when you're that crazy, you're going to be desperate for anything that could give any credence to your craziness. So if they could find a major religion that had passages in its book supporting that, or having names for all these different genders and shit, they're going to gravitate toward that. So I have no reason not to believe that all those different genders they named are in the Talmud and have those names and everything. But they always look like that. You never see somebody who's well put together, who's clear and concise with their points and their thoughts, and who's like, man, if you didn't tell me you were a Ku Klux trans member, I would never know. Or if you didn't tell me you weren't non-binary, you can always tell from 700 miles away that these people are nuttier than squirrel shit. You never see anyone who's like, I never would have thought that. No,
Yeah.
you know exactly. The picture from the article we were reading earlier about the librarian in Idaho, you see that fool and you're like, yeah, of course you're trans or whatever the fuck is going on in your brain. Yeah, I can see that. You wear it. You're wearing your psychosis in clothing. You're wearing it on the outside. Of course you're fucking crazy. So yeah, I would say that it's fact.
That's a good point. Tori, fuckery or fact, and why?
Yeah, you've sent me that. Well, not that video, but you've sent me like the screenshots of all of the genders and stuff. So I've seen
yeah.
that. And it ain't in the Bible. So yeah, it's fact.
Yeah, it's not in the Bible, because that would be I mean, you would probably see a lot of quote unquote Christians going, yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. But even Christians themselves go, what the hell is this? So but I think once again, this has to stem from a root of where does it come from. So if you actually look this up, you'll see it. It's in there, and it says it. It says it for them. It says there's 6 genders, and there's something. Actually, that I kind of stumbled upon was when you actually go to the flag. The flag has the pride flag. That is, it has 6 colors. And I guess through this quote unquote religion, if we want to call it that, believes that there's 6 genders. They have a interesting fascination with the number 6, I might add. So there's a lot of degeneracy just delved into all of this when you start to kind of dig a little bit. So once again, if you do that, then you would go, fact. I mean, you can't really dispute it. It's all there. The answer is there. But I think this is like a good example of when you actually start to see this and put the stuff together, you start to see where a lot of this degenerate behavior and all that stuff kind of stems from, because it is not only promoted but allowed somewhere. But I'm not going to go into all that. But interesting stuff, to say the least.
Very.
I believe, is that it?
I think so.
Yeah, that's
I have a question, Gian. You're the professional here. Maybe off topic. I don't mean to be inappropriate, but what about like circumcision? Like, do you know what they say about that? I was having an argument with a Muslim about it.
I'm interested in what he had or she had to say. He, she, they, them, it.
He said that Muslims do for cleanliness and for. I think that was his argument. Is for cleanliness, and I was like,
no, that's not what that's for. Without getting into too much bloody detail, because we can also talk about this off camera, but the part that they take off is an important part of the male that they cut. It involves pleasure. It involves like healing. It's like it's there for a reason. Let's put it like that. So that practice it's not a good thing for the human body, so to speak. The human male
right
body.
And I don't like. I think the Bible talks about it, but from what I understand, it talks about circumcision of the heart, not chopping off pieces of your body. I don't think God wants us to chop off pieces of our body. That's just my opinion. And again, like I'm not as well versed on this as you are. But as far as like my beliefs and what I don't know. I think it's circumcision of the heart. I may be wrong. I may need to look into that further. But Yeah.
No, I think you're right, because to keep it simple is, why would you have the body you have if something was wrong with it? You know,
Mhm.
God doesn't make mistakes. We're here. We all exist alone is already a miracle enough to think of. But then if you think that you're born in the wrong body, or something's wrong with your body, that something's wrong with you, because that's not how, you know, the creator intended. But I feel like the only time that those types of thoughts are intrusive is when man says that there's a problem with you. And I think that's where we have kind of a lot of our issues there. So that's why women and men start to make changes to the body. I don't care whether it's Botox, doing facial structures, all types of stuff. It's just like, it's really unnecessary. God already made you perfect. You're already perfect. But there always has to be someone who's convincing you that you're not. And I don't think they're working for God, so to speak. But that's what I'll say about that. There should be no changes or alterations to your body. I think that's insane. From the outside, all that change needs to come from within, without getting into a deep conversation, because that was so deep.
So I can't even see the sunlight anymore. It's so deep.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so down the rabbit hole right now.
Like the sun won't even reach us right now. Steady.
Oh my God, can you go even like deeper than that? Because
that was only the tip. So.
was it circumcised? Because
no, it was uncut. Peel it. Peel it.
Awful. But
my virgin ears. Stop.
Yeah, but Tori signed up for this, right? She came back and in the perfect month for Pride to just spend her time with us. You know what I mean?
She clicked on the link, so she made a conscious decision to be here.
She didn't have to, right? She didn't have to click on it, but she clicked on it with the quickness. She was like, "What time is the show? I will be there."
She wanted to be here.
Yeah. I want all the degeneracy, like all over my body, and
like bukkake me with it. So we got Tori's consent before she came here. We always get everyone's consent.
Yeah.
I say, do I have your consent to send the link? Do I have your consent to message?
I don't remember giving my consent.
You want to know? You guys want to know what Tori said too? You want to know what Tori said? She said, "Fuck y'all, dude."
Fuck yeah, dude.
She's like, "Fuck y'all. Pride Month? Fuck yeah, are you kidding me, dude? Like, fuck yeah."
You guys are lying on my name.
No, we got receipts. That's what the kids say. I got receipts.
No, that's what you say.
I keep my.
That's what you say.
Don't
Tori.
act like you don't.
No
Don't act
cap.
like you don't use this verbiage.
No, I do not.
Verbiage.
I'm a spectator in this sport. I do not use these words and phrases and terms that you young folk use.
Terminologies.
No cap.
I just use it in humor, like your friend Brandon Tatum uses black-owned business in humor.
Oh, same thing. Then I get it. I understand that.
Hey, y'all. Hey, make sure y'all support this black-owned show right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he means it sarcastic. I'll find out.
I beg to differ.
I will find. I'll get to
Heather,
the root of this
by the way,
I'll get to the root cause.
Heather said uncircumcised is gross. So good.
My gosh.
No love for the anteater.
Hey, well, you know what? You gotta, you know what I'm saying?
You got what you got.
Yeah, you don't knock it till you try it. You know?
You got what you got.
So Heather got circumcised, I'm assuming.
No, I don't think she had a reason to.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Heather.
I'm so
yeah, you know, you got what you got. You can't go back. I mean, I'm sure you could probably get circumcised now if you wanted to, but that might be a bit of a painful recovery. But do you know, it's your fucking hog, you know. So do what you gotta do to it.
Hawk toi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that poor girl. She went viral.
Poor girl, yeah, right. She loves the attention. Are you kidding me?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for now.
Billions.
For now. But when
not in 10 years.
Yeah, in 10 years she's gonna be like,
she's gonna have kids, and then kids gonna be, Mom, what's a hawk talk?
Mom, what's a hawk tua?
Hawk
Oh my god, this should be on the internet. Will you guys please stop sending this to my kid's school? Like, please stop. Yeah, she won't think that shit's funny then.
My son Tommy said, Hawk Tour spit on that thing, and like now everyone's making fun of him.
It's no good.
Spit on that
But,
thing.
you know, kids these days.
Right.
People, that was episode 17.
It sure was.
STF Pride Month Part 2, Degeneracy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't think there are enough days left in the month, so this will be our final in the world of Pride Month.
Thank God.
Can't wait for it to be over, but don't fret, because come October it is I think Trans Heritage Month.
Oh,
so
great.
you get another dose. I think the Alphabet Soup Group / Ku Klux Trans have 143 days on the calendar.
That's too much.
This day, that day, this visibility day, this month, that month.
Jeez.
So yeah, they're coming for all 365. I think we all know that. But yeah, Tori, again, thank you for your presence, like everything you bring to the table.
Like honestly,
your input, we appreciate it. Your time, thank you very much. You know this won't be the last time, so brace yourself.
yeah. Tori's
For
officially
another
a
link.
part of the team, in case you guys didn't know.
Yeah, like we're
So-
gonna we're gonna officially jump you into the Justice League. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have my consent.
Yeah, you got to watch all these Pride videos before you.
Do we have your consent to jump you in? Do we have your consent to send you the next link for the next show we're gonna have you?
Yeah.
Always. As long as I'm not taking
But-
care of no damn dogs.
Here's the thing, Tori, you got to learn how to say yes, bitch, like we do. You got to learn how to say eeny. Like,
How do you guys do that? How? You guys are both so good at that. You know what I mean? I can't do it.
See, you're getting it.
But when Tori does it, you can actually understand what she's saying. So that's why
Yeah.
you're perfect for that. But us,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's a feeling. It's an emotion, Tori.
Yeah. And
You know what I mean?
Tori struggled for a little bit with Namibia, and she came out of it. So
Yeah.
she can do this too.
She said,
Oh,
how do
I
you
have
say
it right in
Nam-
front of me
Namibia?
too. Namibia. Sorry.
Whoa.
Namibia.
Whoa.
Yeah, I want to read their constitution.
She's
I
like,
have it right in front of me.
chlamydia? I think it's chlamydia. Right?
Isn't the clap?
Namibia. Mhm.
Oh, good Lord. This is
So
a
yeah,
great time.
Tori will be back. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Gian.
Yeah. Oh, and before we leave, I guess we probably need to announce any new stuff that we have going on. I guess I'll go first, because since this is episode 17, we only have 3 more episodes before we take a break from Stop Is It Fuckery, and we'll be back at a later time, but your earliest convenience. So I guess I would just say try and stay tuned for the next 3 shows. We will have guests on those. Tori, I'll pass it over to you. Any new stuff you want to announce that you got going on?
I want to know what you guys would do with $1 million. I'm just curious because well, I'll just leave it at that. And then come July, I'll give you an update. But I'm just wondering, what's the first thing you would buy with $1 million?
Yeah, I would have to think about it because I can't.
Come on, off the top of your head.
It would
off the
be
top of your
like
head.
it would be mortgage. That's what I do. I put a chunk down on my house.
But okay, I would suggest not to do that. You don't want to
Well,
ever pay off your mortgage.
No, I'm not going to pay it off.
Oh,
But I'm
okay.
gonna take a bite out of crime. That's for sure. I'm gonna take a nice big bite out of it, drop it down
Okay.
a lot more, and then just stuff for the house, stuff for the kids. I'd
Well-
pay for their boxing months in advance. I would get their school clothes. And definitely take a vacation with the kids. It's all about the memories. But yeah, it would be all for my family and for my house.
Yeah. No, I mean that's good because you have a family, so it's like obviously it's it wouldn't be an individual act. For me, I would buy bread, cereal.
That's exactly what I'm thinking of. Like,
Yeah.
so I have my case, right? I was hit by a drunk driver while I was on the job as a police officer. So We're suing the insurance company, which is AAA, and they denied giving me the max of the policy, which is $500K. So we're going to trial. Now it's a risk to go to trial, but you can go then for more, and we're going for more than $500K. But yeah, the trial is in July, and they're taking like my witness depositions and my friends, family, coworkers, stuff like that. And my case is solid. Like I don't have, but I'm just thinking in my head, not that I probably won't after taxes, after paying my lawyer, after paying everything. It'll be highly unlikely that I get $1 million. But I'm just in my head. I just want to know what people would do with $1 million. And all I can think of is like buying groceries and buying a Jeep Wrangler. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, because you're in Biden's economy. Good luck trying to see what $1 million could get you.
Yeah, that's what I think.
It sounds good, but shit, you buy some shoes. You're like, God damn, I spent $800 already.
Yeah.
But California's going to get their bite, of course. But no, you still have a substantial amount of money left, and that's great. Even if it's just stuff like that, because when you're all grown up, shit like that is more than enough, and that's what's important. So that sounds like a great idea, and of course, a Jeep Wrangler. I
would add too. I think that you should take us on a company vacation.
Dude, I'm trying to go back to Thailand, live like a queen.
Oh, okay, you could there though, because
you could buy Thailand.
I know,
like $150.
I know.
You can buy Thailand for
you can buy Bangkok for like $1,200.
If we all put in $50, we can be the kings and queen of Thailand.
Oh, let's do it.
Think about it. You can be riding elephants and shit, eating mangoes everywhere,
right?
And having little spider monkeys bring you coconuts.
The dream. That's the dream. But I want to ask, like, you guys know me, but people in the chat, I know it's probably late and not many people are here anymore, but in the comments,
121
in the comments, I want to know how much you would award if you were a jury member, how much you would award a person of non-color who used to be a cop and got drunk or got hit by a drunk driver on the job and had to medically retire from the job that I worked my entire life for. How much you would award that person? If they asked for $2 million, would you award that person $2 million? And that's what I want to know.
Probably more.
All right, guys.
I think $2 million is low.
Yeah, but I think I would award more. Especially knowing, if the ins and outs of the case don't look good, don't look in their favor. If anybody was dicked over or anything like that, you better hope you spit on it first.
Off his ass. He was drunk off his ass.
Yeah, that fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
That's who would bear the brunt of that, because it could have been so much worse. I'm sure.
Yeah, but they can get that. They get that thrown out though, so the jury's not going to hear that he was drunk. They're just going to hear that he hit me. So there's things, there's rules.
That's key information.
Yeah,
that was the source of his bad decision making.
Yeah.
That's pretty pertinent information. But yeah, anything like that, if anybody got dicked over, plus the potential of what could have happened. I'm sure you pulled up on scenes or heard other officer stories about the horrors of a fucking drunk driver. It's always, the family that just got done feeding the homeless and they were singing together and they were just stopped to pray at a red light and fucking blam! Everybody's dead. It's always shit like that. It's always some fucking asshole on his 7th DUI who just, they arrested me last week and they let me go. Shit like that. So
no, people hate DUI drivers, but Heather, you have to think I'm forever injured in my neck too, just so you know. Anyways, terrible. That's all.
Yeah,
I know.
I just have a fucking injury till I die, but okay.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
You might need surgery.
We'll hope that goes well.
Yeah.
Surgery's kind of scary. So.
Well, let's leave everyone on a good note. You know what I mean?
You just need a bunch of Indian and Chinese doctors. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, you'll have a neck injury. We fixed that right on, Yola.
That's what you do. Good. But those are the fools who got like 4.5 GPA in college. So
they probably have like a 6.2 GPA.
Yeah, I'll have you cut me open. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but they're gonna vaccinate me while I'm under.
Oh, give her everything.
Right. Oh yeah, we just put a needle inside of your love.
Yeah, pincushion. Like we got her. Give her all the boosters. Even give her some boosters. All right, guys. So episode 18 in 2 weeks. 18, 19, 20, and it's break time. So make sure you're here. Be a part of history. We will have guests. Who will they be? Well, you have to be here to find out. Damn it! On Stop the Fuckery.
Fuckery.
Bye.